Yo, Halster, good to see you. Sorry about being 10 minutes late. I was actually cleaning up the garage a little bit, and I was getting rid of some dust, I was getting rid of some stuff inside of the garage, just tidying up. And I thought I was doing it in a quick enough time to get back upstairs and be ready for the stream, but time slipped away from me because I was, well, busy cleaning. So apologies for being late. But Michael Malger, good to see you as well. Hopefully your day has been fine. But today we are here to play the new free-to-play cross-platform third-person looter shooter, The First Descendant. So let's go ahead and get started. I know Godjill is already way ahead of me, because me and him, we both played this something went wrong. What you mean something went wrong? Well, actually, it shouldn't have any saved data because I haven't really played the game at all, so I should still be fine. I wonder if it kept my progress when I played the alpha. But yeah, me and Godjill, the Assassin Godjill, we both played this game when it was in open alpha, I believe back in February. And we walked away from playing it with positive views on it, knowing that they could improve some things, but our overall experience from playing The First Descendant earlier was essentially, this game is fun. We need to keep this on our radar. Kitty, good to see you as well. Don't worry about it. If anything, I apologize for forgetting you were doing this today. It's all good. It's all good. Like I said in my community post, this is pretty much going to be a chill session today, since I'm done with Shadow of the Earth Tree, which was phenomenal, by the way, for those who weren't here, obviously. But today we're going to be messing with The First Descendant. And let's see if anything's changed since the last time me and him played. I made some videos on this, but I only did like a couple of videos during the open alpha, but I never really went too far with it. But here, I could have an entire stream based on it, because I don't think I did that when it was in open alpha a bunch of months ago. Hopefully it should be able to connect. I really hope it doesn't have any issues. I just went through the whole deal of tweaking my network so that this can run smoothly. Not just the stream, but the game as well, so it really shouldn't be running slow at all. Or have a hard time connecting. Michael, you say you got Bunny? Nice! As soon as I can connect, I'll show you the character that I was playing during the alpha. I say as soon as I connect, I'll show you the character I was playing during the alpha. Got a dip at 1, just popping in to see what's happening? Oh, sure. It's perfectly alright. It's not like I need people to look at me for a long period of time for this channel to flourish. I'm kidding. Whether you're here for 5 seconds, 5 minutes, or 5 hours, regardless, I'm just happy you're here. It's all that matters to me at the end of the day. Still says it's connecting, so here's what I'm gonna do. I am going to tweak my network a little bit and mess with it. What you mean, internet checking? Huh? Don't pull the guilt card on you. No, you know I'm messing with you. You know I'm messing with you. I would never try and do that to you guys. Ever. So either it has a high volume of people trying to play it right now, or maybe I just need to close it and then start it back up. Well, I'm done watching Solo Leveling. I hope it'll be a season 2. It will. Also, good to see you, Psycho. Hopefully your day has been great. Holster, I will throw a banana bread at you. A banana bread. A banana bread. So, I'm on the phone, talking with my family, so I cannot voice how I feel right now, with this notice. Maintenance! Maintenance notice!
The game is under maintenance to provide you with better service. We apologize for any inconvenience this may cause.
Inconvenience? Do you mean inconvenience? Maintenance. Today. 9:30 Pacific time. So if that means what I think it means, did I schedule my stream to start when the maintenance started? Hold on, we're about to, okay. 9:30 PDT to EST. What are the odds? 9:30 PDT is 12:30 EST. My stream was scheduled when the maintenance started.
All it takes is just one bad day.
Oh, what are the odds? What are the odds? Well, I guess I just gotta wait until next time. So, we're gonna do something else. No wonder it's not working. Yeah, it's in maintenance mode right now. I can't help. I can't do nothing. I can't do anything but laugh at it. I can't do anything but laugh at it. All right, we'll do something else then. Guess I just gotta wait until it's out of improvise? Of course, we'll do something else. Because I already had it in me to do some reactions today. So we'll just switch over. Let me activate my camera here. We'll just switch over and just react to some things.
All right, guys, that was a fun and super long stream.
Yeah. Yep. It would be just my luck. But oh well. We'll just switch over. We'll do something else. All right, let's just set up. Audio delay. Let's just set up so we can just react to some things instead. You gotta know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away. Can't play the game today, but yeah, we'll just react to some things. We'll do something different. Well, if that's the case, I can go ahead and turn my system off since we ain't playing games. You're watching live how I set myself up for doing streams. So I gotta come over here, get rid of the game. Yeah, I'm gonna have to rename the whole stream. There we go. Yep, that'll do. And where is my logo? There we go. Can't believe that happened. That was amazing. Yeah. Hey, it happens. I had no idea that they were going to be doing maintenance. So it's all good. All right. The stream is now... I'm just gonna have to rename everything. Y'all couldn't warn a brother? Now I gotta rename my whole descriptions. Done threw my whole day out of whack. I'm kidding. Hey, the only way I'm gonna survive in this business is if I learn how to improvise when things don't go the way I want them to. So it's all good. Let's see. Just chilling and reacting. And I also need to redo the thumbnail. This is entertainment. Redo the thumbnail. I think I gave myself a little bit of a headache doing all that laughing because of the maintenance thing. I might have given myself a little bit of a headache. What are the odds? Had I known, I wouldn't have set it up. Now I'm just waiting on it for it to save what I just did. Okay. All right. There we go. Let me just get chat off to the side. You may not be able to see my whole desktop feed on everything that I'm doing, but Chat bar. There we go. Chat bar. Chat bar. Are you gonna show the people in the chat bar? One wild day with a wolf and a bear, a baby was born and it caused a little stir. I'm sorry. All right. So one of the things, actually, I could put these in now. I could put these headphones in. See, I was actually saving the video I'm about to pull up for a completely different session other than what I had planned today. And here it is. Do Flamingo, the Tenya Shano. Let me just pull up chat over here so I can focus on the video, and then... Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I got to turn off monetization off of the stream, because I ain't trying to monetize this if I'm reacting to other people's stuff. That's just not okay. Turn that off. All right, so that all the revenue remains with the original creators, because I ain't no moocher. All right, everything should be good now. Shouldn't have to worry about anyone popping in and seeing any ads pop up, because this is not a monetized stream. So, what we got here is CJ Dachamp. Would probably help if I turned the desktop audio on as well.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it is finally time.
Now, here's the thing. I've been watching CJ Dachamp for a while now. The dude is wild, but his takes on all his takes and his own descriptions, and this all of his videos concerning different characters across different forms of media is just incredibly well done, and they're also hilarious. Like, some of these people I've never even heard of until I actually watch some of his videos. Like, since I've never watched Black Lagoon, I never watched Black Lagoon. I know. I never watched Black Lagoon, so when he started talking about Roberta, the bloodhound of Florencia, I was like, okay, this person's built different. Then I watched the whole video, and I'm thinking, oh, so she's basically a Terminator. And then you see all these other different characters that he's talking about, from Yujiro Hanma to basically Pickle and Baki, and all these other different characters. And I'm like, yeah, here's someone that can get my sense of humor, but also how crazy strong some of these characters are. So we begin with Don Quixote do Flamingo. I'll more than likely add on my own commentary on top of this as well, given just how much I love to voice Doflamingo when it comes to reading One Piece for you guys, and also my own knowledge of Doflamingo during the entirety of me reading One Piece, so you know. So yeah, I can't wait to see what he has to say about him.
For the most anticipated, yet riskiest trial of all time. Yeah, I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I'm playing press your luck with this one. But f it, we do this for the people, nigga. So let's go ahead and get it started. Coming in at a whopping 10 feet tall. No exaggeration. And with so many crimes committed.
This dude be hollering. This dude is always hollering, coming in at a whopping 10 feet tall. I couldn't even yell that out. I gave myself the hiccups.
I can't even name them all right now.
Look at it. Crimes against humanity, mass murder, usurping, piracy, racketeering, trafficking, and etc. The amount of offenses that Doflamingo has been a part of or orchestrated is it's a very long list. I see you all back here. I see you, Buffalo. Gisole, Lauji, Senor Pink, Machweiss, Gladius, Pika, Diamante, Treble, and then you have Pika.
If anyone decides to defy the Doflamingo family, I'll kill them!
And the man is like in his 40s, but he's
He's got a voice like Chopper!
The heavenly demon, Don Quixote do Flamingo. So, y'all already know how this goes. The evidence is on deck, ready to be presented. So go ahead, grab some popcorn or something to snack on. Cause without further ado, so go ahead, grab some popcorn or something to snack on.
What is up with bro? How you do that?
Evidence is on deck,
That's
ready
not
to
stop
be
motion.
presented. So go ahead, grab some popcorn or something to snack on. Cause without further ado, Exhibit A. Don Quixote do Flamingo, one of the 7 warlords of the sea and the king of Dressrosa. His name is feared throughout all the seas, and his drip is unmatched. But how did the heavenly demon become one of the biggest kingpins in the world? Well, we have to go back a good 30.
Let's be honest here. Doflamingo do be wearing some very, very nice clothes. He do be wearing some good clothes. Like when he was in his 20s, to his 30s, he was wearing that dark red suit. His hair was like flared up instead of being short the way it is now. But he had that dark red suit that I would have loved to have been a skin in Pirate Warriors 4. But, you know, for some odd reason, they decided, you know what? We could be making some more money off of Pirate Warriors 4, but let's wait 3 years before we release 3 whole new packs. And then just cap it off with you being able to play as Roger. In between that time, you could have just gave us the same costumes we had in the last game. It ain't like you ain't got the assets for them to add to the game. But, you know.
3 years in the past, biggest kingpins in the world. Well, we have to go back a good 33 years in the past. Now, Doflamingo was a celestial dragon. Now, if you don't know what a celestial dragon is, allow me to explain. These are the world nobles, aka the biggest dickheads in the fucking world. Brother, And I mean, come on, bro, they ain't even hiding it. Look at them. They literally have dicks on their heads. They're dickheads. Look at that. This is fucking alfalfa ass, jack-ass shit on their head. Now, Saint Homing, Doflamingo's father, decided one day, everybody, I have an announcement to make. I would like to go live with the peasants. Blasphemy! Now, this is a very big deal because the Don Quixote family are world nobles living in the holy land of Marijois, basically motherfucking Beverly Hills. And Doflamingo's dad decided.
Can I say this? I really like it when people pronounce Marijois in One Piece as Marijois. It is pronounced Marijois. I've seen people call it Mary Joey or Mary Jolie or something. I've heard Roger. I'm gonna go ahead and say that I've heard Roger pronounce it Mary Joey, and I'm thinking it's Marijois. It's supposed to sound French. It is supposed to be a play on words of bourgeois. You know, black folks know the word as bougie. It's supposed to be a play on words of bougie or bourgeoisie, but it's supposed to be Marijois or Marijoisie, but it's not supposed to be Marijoisie. It's supposed to be Marijois. It's Marijois. Sometimes I just want to hop in chat and just correct Roger, but I can't. Because it's not my place to correct people. Hold on. Has it not updated chat? It hasn't updated chat. It hasn't. Also, yeah, it hasn't. See, this is one weird thing about my my phone chat. When I'm looking at at chat through my phone, it won't update all the time. Let's see. Oh, look, you're watching a video on YouTube that the world can watch, but you can't watch it while streaming. Makes perfect sense. I know, it's weird. Yo, CJ, it's good to see you. We had the Black Lagoon talk. Yeah, we talked about it. But I only knew of Roberta because of CJ Dachamp. Let's see. Black Lagoon is goated. I'll watch it. I always forget Doflamingo is that tall. One Piece is a series with very tall people, and it's supposed to be normal. Like, Blackbeard is like, what? 15 or 16 feet tall? Have you seen like the flashback for Whitebeard where it shows him through the years, where he's like young with long flowing blonde hair, and then he gains more and more people on his crew, but everyone compared to his size is like small. The only people that get close to his size is like Vista and Jozu, but Marco is like really small compared to him. I always thought Jinbei was taller, but Jinbei is only 9'11". Mike Tyson should have voiced Pika.
Hey, we get people that's trying to discredit the Doflamingo family. No, I don't know about you, but I'll kill him. I'll knock him out in the first round.
Let me see. Blasphemy! He always wearing clothes that look like he's always on vacation. Because the dude is always on vacation. He's always on vacation. Even when he's mass murdering people, he's chilling. Like Yujiro Hanma. Yujiro Hanma is always on vacation. Like, have you seen some of the stuff that Yujiro Hanma is doing in his spare time? This man is swimming upstream doing the butterfly stroke in waters that should be humanly impossible for even a normal person to swim through, let alone any animal. And that's just him chilling. That's him chilling. He ain't training. He chilling. But the things he does and I've watched like a compilation of Yujiro Hanma doing crazy stuff, like taking a katana in his hands and then breaking it piece by piece with his thumb going down the whole blade, or him taking like an entire bottle of wine and then just snapping off the bottom without causing the rest of it to crack, and then just chugging it down in a giant Oktoberfest mug, and then just chugging the whole thing of wine like it's nothing. When Yujiro Hanma does stuff, it is normal to him, but it's astounding to everyone else because no one in the world can do what he does. It's insane. But back to Doflamingo. That's another one of those words that One Piece YouTuber gets wrong. That's another word you get wrong. Zoan, for example, Tekking and a few other almost always pronounce it as zone. It's not zone as if you're spelling it like the name Joan. It's Zoan. Zoan. It's Zoan. But family's here with food. Let me help them bring that in real quick, and then we'll continue with CJ, because apparently this is a 41-minute video. Hold tight, everybody. We'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I only asked my family to get me 2 McChickens, no fries. Let's continue where I left off.
Decided I want to go live with the regular motherfucking Beverly Hills. And Doflamingo's dad decided I want to go live with the regular niggas, cause why not? And this is some of the stupidest shit you could possibly do, because everybody hates celestial dragons, cause they
Yeah, while I understand and commend Don Quixote Homing for wanting to be the type of individual that tries to live amongst, regular people, the hatred for celestial dragons runs centuries deep. I want to say it runs about 8 centuries deep, because that's when, that's around the time when the world government came into being, and then those who were descended from the 20 kingdoms that were established in order to fight Joy Boy, they essentially pretty much raised their offspring to be revered as gods, causing anyone who was not a celestial dragon to be treated as nothing more than insects. If you know anything from the recent chapters of One Piece, that title for people, just regular people, becomes more and more prevalent. So, like I said, there are quite a few, there's only like a handful of people in the world of One Piece, that are nobles and yet have a heart of compassion, of like genuine compassion. One example would be Saint Miasgard, who is a celestial dragon that crashed onto Fishman Island, and while he was there, and this is the time before Queen Otohime was murdered during the Fishman Island arc during the flashback, he was a celestial dragon that crashed into Fishman Island because he wanted to get his hands back on all the Fishman slaves that were set free during the time where it was essentially, like, fishmen were given amnesty. They were given, like, rights and stuff. But one celestial dragon who used to have fishmen as slaves was all like, I don't care what the law is. I'm going to go get my property back, because celestial dragons can basically do whatever they want to do. I'm pretty sure CJ will probably explain it, but I'm just giving my take on it because of how steeped into One Piece I am. He tried to go back to Fishman Island to get his property back, wound up crashing there because, well, not a single person who was piloting his ship was experienced with going underwater, let alone having their ship coded in order for them to safely navigate to Fishman Island. Because there's like meters, like roughly, I want to say, I can't remember how many meters it is between Fishman Island, but you have to be an expert navigator in order to get from the surface down to Fishman Island hundreds of meters underwater, and in between you have to worry about sea currents, underwater volcanoes, spontaneous heat and temperature changes, not to mention all of the sea kings that reside in the entire ocean between the surface and Fishman Island. So he washes up on Fishman Island, having crashed his entire ship there, and demands that someone help him, not realizing that the fishmen and the people of Fishman Island all see the celestial dragons as like horrible and evil human beings. So a lot of them came up with the idea, well, ain't nobody gonna know he here if he's not around to call nobody. How is he gonna call down the Navy on us if he's not alive? So a lot of them had the idea of, let's just kill him. Let's just kill him. And no one will ever know, because ain't nobody gonna come down here looking for him. And if we just dispose of the body in the deepness of the ocean, no one will be able to tell that he's ever been here. However, Queen Otohime, with all of the compassion of an entire nation, she says, let's not be the monsters that they think we are. And in order to get Fishman Island a chance to have like rights and everything and be free and not have to worry about this sort of nonsense going on, she decides to go with Saint Miasgard. And during the time when she was away, Queen Otohime's compassion rubbed off on Saint Miasgard, because later in the future, during the reverie, when the Ryugu family, the King Neptune and his family of the Ryugu Kingdom, when they went there and they were assaulted by Saint Charlos, everyone's favorite celestial dragon punching bag, and by far the most horrible out of all of them because of his sheer depravity, when he tried to assault and kidnap Shirahoshi and claim her as his brand new pet, Miasgard came in, and in an action that we've never seen before in the entire history of One Piece, went out of his way to physically assault Saint Charlos, saying that I owe my life to Queen Otohime. If you need anything from me, you need but ask. I'm at your disposal. An action that pretty much had him ostracized from amongst all the members of the world nobles, all the celestial dragons, because the concept of a world noble being compassionate to another individual that they all see as just either tools to be used, toys to be messed with, people that you can assault on a whim or do whatever you want with, literally just things that you can just do whatever you want with. This was pretty much an anomaly since Don Quixote homing, and also finding out that his name is Don Quixote Miasgard. It shows that this level of compassion just runs in the bloodline. However, Doflamingo was the exception, because that whole what do you call it? Not integration. Brainwashing. It's another word. It's on the tip of my tongue. This indoctrination of celestial dragons and world nobles. You can say it either or. World nobles, celestial dragons, they both mean the same thing. His indoctrination of being a celestial dragon ran so deep that not even the compassion that runs through the Don Quixote family line was strong enough for him to have that same line of thinking. And I'm saying all of this, and we're still only 2 minutes in a 41-minute video for Doflamingo. I'ma shut up. I'm just gonna let this speak for itself. I'm sorry. I could have a whole different session just talking about One Piece all by itself outside of a reflection stream. Also, someone did suggest to me that I talk about different anime arcs and manga arcs, so that'll probably be something we do as well. Just talking about entire arcs of different series. So I probably may do those a little bit in the future. If not this week, then I'll probably do a little bit of those in the future. And as I said before, firstly, thank you for allowing me to be able to do this for 2 years full time. And it's just such a joy to do this. But also thank you for getting me closer and closer to 5K subscribers. And like I said, if you guys got stuff that you want me to do, and if I'm able to do it, I would love to do that for you guys. If it means you guys are able to enjoy more of what I do here on this channel. So feel free to shoot your suggestions. Feel free. There are no wrong answers unless it goes into the NSFW territory. Then it's like, yeah, no. But that should already be obvious. Let's continue.
Slave people. Because everybody hates celestial dragons, because they enslave people. They're assholes. They don't even consider themselves human, because they are the top of society. So the whole family ends up leaving and giving up their celestial dragon status. And obviously Lil Dofi wasn't fucking with it. Bro was already complaining. Lil nigga was like, "Daddy, where are the slaves and why do I have on this peasant clothing?" "Oh, calm down, son. We're gonna be living a simple, peaceful life now." Some bullshit. Now, it's very clear that Doflamingo's dad doesn't have an ounce of evil in his body, like the other celestial dragons. He's a simple man, but an ignorant one, and he was—
Ain't no way you're gonna have that "Hi, I'm Paul" at the end of Jimmy Neutron. Man, y'all bringing some stuff back to me.
like the other celestial dragons. He's a simple man, but an ignorant one, and he was about to get hit with a reality check. So the next day, him and Dofi walk into town. So his dad walks up to the vendor and says, "I want to buy some apples." So the vendor's like, "Oh, tally home, brother, you must be new here." But this dumb ass nigga ends up saying, "Oh yes, me and my family are from Marijwa."
You what?
So everybody shook. They like, "What the fuck? If you from Marijwa, you a celestial dragon, ain't you?" And this dumb ass nigga is like, Oh, no. We used to be celestials. But we're human now. And then it didn't help that Doflamingo just started going off on everybody, calling everybody peasants and shit. So they was cooked. Because later that night, they burned down their damn house.
See, this is what happens when you're ignorant to the people who feel some way about you. See, this is bad. See, this is the reason why, and I gotta agree with CJ here. Doflamingo's dad was kind of dumb for letting this slip out. How do you not know that people don't like celestial dragons at all? How do you not know? How do you not know? Do they not tell you nothing? He went down there and said like, oh, we're from Marijois. Huh? You're from Marijois? Does that mean you're a celestial dragon? Oh, we are not celestial dragons anymore. We simply want to live as normal people do. We just want to live like everyone else. And I'm thinking, bruh, you don't know how many centuries of oppression, let me say that again, centuries of oppression these people have faced under celestial dragon rule. You cannot just roll up in town, say like, hi, howdy neighbor, how are you? Oh, hello sir, where are you from? We're from Marijois. We used to be celestial dragons, but we want to live like normal people. Good to see you. Everybody in the back of their mind is all like, ain't no way. Ain't no way there's a celestial dragon here. Ain't no way a celestial dragon here. We gotta kill him. No, we can't kill him. We gotta kill him. We gotta kill him. We gotta kill him. Kill him. And here we are looking at their brand new mansion that they haven't even lived in a whole week getting burned down because of the oppression. Because 85% of them are crap human beings. Yeah. It doesn't help that the world of One Piece isn't exactly one that functions like My Hero Academia, where people can reach an understanding. Civilians can't reach an understanding and be all like, oh, I understand. We feel some type of way. The first thing you do is you don't investigate. You just burn their house down? That shows you just how bad the Celestial Dragon oppression has been on people as a whole in the history of One Piece. You don't ask no questions outside of like, are you a Celestial Dragon? We used to be. Burn their house down! I feel like there's a step that they may have missed in between questioning and then burning an entire mansion down. Look at them. They got swords. They got guns. They prepared to kill them as soon as they got out. But I feel like there's a step you might have missed there. Jumping from like, let me ask you a question to, all right, so let's burn their house down and surround it. Skip, good to see you. Today was supposed to be me playing the first Descendant, but as soon as I booted up, I found out that it was in maintenance, so we're reacting to some stuff now. Reacting to CJ Dachamp's Doflamingo, the Heavenly Demon.
Peasants and shit. So they was cooked. Cause later that night, they burned down their damn house. They is trying to kill these niggas. They on some Salem witch trials type shit. Find the Celestials and burn them. So they end up running for their life for days. Cause a dumbass daddy was so fucking ignorant, thinking that a celestial dragon could live with regular people. And this man Doflamingo was shook. As a kid, this man went from the top of the world to the fucking gutter. Him and his brother got beat for trying to steal bread because they had no money, while people just laughing at him. Look at this bad bitch and a nigga with a panda head. I'd be damned if I see a nigga with a panda head laughing at me. Like, look at little bro, this is terrible. And they mama end up getting sick and she end up dying. So at this point, Doflamingo rightfully so hates his dad, as he should. This nigga's an idiot. You broke, you stink, and now your wife dead. It can't get no worse, right? Wrong! The people end up finding them. And I don't even know if I could say this word on YouTube, so I'm just gonna bleep it. They them. These people start going off on them. I kid you not, bro right here said,
Hang that nigga now! I got the rope right here!
And they just going off.
Not the Uncle Ruckus. Not the Uncle Ruckus, but
on them because they are celestial dragons. They hate them. It don't matter if Doflamingo's dad is different. You're still a celestial dragon to them. The people.
No, yeah, it's let it slide, Halster. Let it slide. He knows not what he says. CJ does not know the splendor that is Panda Man and how much of a presence this man has had in the entire series of One Piece. Always chilling in the background or something. It's okay. He don't know.
Who treat commoners like garbage. So at this point, this was the breaking point for Dofi. Everybody just stops and just looks at him. They could feel this little nigga's anger from down there. Then bro just started talking like a rabid dog. And then it happened. The man unlocked his Conqueror's hockey. And this little nigga knocked every single person out with his aura. Now, you see, here's the thing with this. I'm not counting this as a charge. This is an act of self-defense. They hung his ass, hung his daddy ass, and his brother. So even though this man broadcasted that he got murder on his mind, he getting let off the hook with this one. So after that life-altering incident, Dofi goes to this rundown-ass shack and ends up meeting this nasty-ass, snot-nosed, hunchback, fat motherfucker. Oh my God, I hate this.
That is the best description I have ever heard of Treble. Hold on, roll it back.
To this rundown ass shack and ends up meeting this nasty ass, snot-nosed, hunchback, fat motherfucker. Oh my God, I hate this nasty ass nigga Treble. So this nasty SOB says, "Hey, so I heard you knocked out all those people with your hockey. Now, me and my boys will start glazing you if you pass my test." So Treble gives him a gun and the Ito no Mi, and this man Doflamingo did not
For those who don't know, the Ito no Mi is the string fruit.
waste no time. He had murder on his mind. He went back to his dad and said, "Fuck you, old nigga," and blew his brains out. Murdered his own father in cold blood right in front of his brother. And this right here is a good old case of patricide. Murdering your own father. So after Doflamingo murdered his father, he actually brought his head back to Marijwa to try to get his status back, but they said, "Hell nah, leave, peasant." So he ends up going back to Treble, and him, Diamante, Pika, and Virgo said, "Let's glaze this little nigga to the ends of the earth." And from that day, the Don Quixote family was born, and they was not playing no games. These four niggas would do anything for family was born, and they was not playing no.
What is his name? Not Giancarlo Esposito, because I know his name. But I forgot the name of the character he plays in Far Cry 6. Anton Castillo. I got it. This gif is a perfect representation of Doflamingo as a person. He's laughing the next.
And from that day, the Don Quixote family was born, and they was.
He's laughing one day.
Not playing no.
But when he gets serious, he gets this face. That's Doflamingo in a nutshell.
Games. These four niggas would do anything for Dofi. Take, for example, one day, Treble finds Dofi beat up. So he asks him, "Oh, my glorious king, what happened?" "Ah, man, some guys roughed me up. I wish they were dead." Okay. These dudes find the dudes that jumped them. And Treble comes up to him and says, "You're the guys who roughed up Dofi, right?" "That little runt. We were just teasing him, that's all." "Oh, shit. Hey, bro, we was just teasing him, I swear." "Shut up." They was not playing games with.
Now, answer me this. He shoots the first guy.
"Hey, bro, we was just teasing him, I swear." "Shut up."
Notice how the guy in the back got shot too? How did Treble get him? How did Treble get him? See, the guy that said like, "Hey, it's all good, man," he got shot. He was in the path still. But the dude in the back, he was a bit far, but it still would have counted. How he get the dude that is all the way on his left, though? His gun don't even reach past his back. How?
They was not playing games with nobody. If Dofi wanted you dead, guess what? You're dying. If he wanted your turf, guess what? Get the packing. This man took racketeering to another level, as a 10-year-old at that. And this was the wildest one. Diamante finds bro and says, "Oh, my glorious king, what happened to your knee?" "Ah, man, I just tripped on a crack in the road." "Oh, And where's this crack exactly? And I kid you not, this nigga Diamante finds the crack in the road and says, fuck it, I might as well level the whole town. So that's what they did. They blew up the whole town. And from that day forward, the Don Quixote family was feared. Niggas cleared the streets when that day leveled. This nigga Diamante.
Now, we gotta talk about this one particular moment. Doflamingo just simply tripped, and they decide the whole town has to go. Not the street, not the one section. The whole town has to go because Dofi tripped in it. That's not loyalty, that's insanity. That's what you call fanaticism. That's like looking at Yujiro Hanma and then beating up everyone in the United States Army because it's like you follow Yujiro Hanma around. Then Yujiro Hanma is looking at anybody that could possibly be a fighter either right now or in the future, and you, following Yujiro Hanma, you go beat up that person simply because Yujiro just looked at him. And then you leave him with like, you're not even worth fighting anymore. That's fanaticism. A whole see, I didn't talk too much. Would have been just better to fix the cracks. See, CJ, the reason why that wouldn't have worked is because you're using logic. There is no logic applied to the Don Quixote family. The young master tripped in the streets. Let's destroy the entire town, regardless of the amount of people that are in it.
Monte finds the crack in the road and says, fuck it, I might as well level the whole town. So that's what they did. They blew up the whole town. And from that day forward, the Don Quixote family was feared. Niggas cleared the streets when they saw Dofi walking. Hide your kids, hide your wife, ain't nobody safe. The Dofi trial. Exhibit A wrap up. Patricide, racketeering, mass destruction, multiple counts of murder. Exhibit B. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I now present to you Exhibit B, Joker.
Now, the Joker phase of Doflamingo, that's where things got so much worse. So much worse! But I'll offer my own opinions on them as he goes.
Now fast forward 30 years later, and at this point in time, Doflamingo is the most influential underworld broker in the game, and he is also one of the 7 warlords of the sea. And before he became a warlord and they froze his bounty, this man had a whopping bounty of 340 million berries. Now imagine if the nigga wasn't a warlord. God knows how high that shit would be. But anyways, we now focus our attention to Mocktown, and specifically Bellamy. Now, as we know, before this even happened, Bellamy fought Luffy and got absolutely embarrassed. One-shotted to be precise. It looks like Bellamy and his crewmate, who I ain't gonna lie, I forgot his name. I think his name is like Sarquise or Sharkeisha or some shit, I don't know. But it looks like they're fighting each other and having a falling out. But that is not the case at all. Because you see this nigga Dofi sitting in the corner, controlling them with his string fruit. And this man is pissed off for obvious reasons. Cause this nigga Bellamy is trash. He got one-shotted by a human condom. And it was under Doflamingo's banner. The Bellamy pirates were under him. So obviously that is a hit to his reputation. So Dofi said, fuck it, you useless piece of shit, and controls old boy like a puppet and slices him. Had this man Bellamy begging for his life. And what makes this kinda sad, let me give y'all a flashback real quick. Back when Bellamy was a straight young bull, bro used to look up to Doflamingo. He wanted to be just like him. I don't know why, bro is a terrible influence. It must have been the drip of the ore or some shit, but Doflamingo was his inspiration. But when they first met, Doflamingo clearly stated, if you ever lose under my flag, my Jolly Roger, I'm gonna beat your ass and make you unemployed. And well, the rest is history. But of course, Bellamy's still begging like, please, just give me one more chance, my glorious king. But Dofi looked at him like, Bellamy, how much you think my fit costs? 30,000? 56 million berries, broke ass nigga.
Broke nigga alert. Broke nigga alert.
So this man Dofi got up, walked away, and said, "My fit costs more than your whole bounty, and I have absolutely no use for broke ass niggas." It slices this nigga. Bro just assaulted his most notorious glaze.
I'm sorry. There's just a certain way that CJ puts stuff. This CJ. There's just a certain way that he just puts things that just tickles me so bad. Kind of reminds me of my dad, even though I know CJ Dachamp is either around my age or maybe younger than me. It just reminds me of how my dad can say something and he'll say it in such a way that'll just get me laughing for no apparent reason, just simply because of the way he put it. There's something about the way CJ Dachamp just puts things and the tone and inflections he applies to it that just makes things that normally wouldn't be as hilarious.
Glazer while this nigga. Bro just assaulted his most notorious glazer while firing him at the same time. Well, ain't that a hell of a way to get fired on your day off? But we really don't even get to see a glimpse of how strong this dude is until the Summit Ward, aka the grand opening for the greatest donut shop of all time, Crispy Aces. So before the war even started, you already knew bro was on time. I mean, look at this bloodthirsty ass nigga. Bro hitting the Uzi tongue. But the first victim of this man's bloodlust was none other than Lil Lors, big ugly ass boy. So Lil Lors is just stomping on niggas, trying to make his way to save El Donut. But this big boy ends up getting jumped in brutal fashion too. So it started off with Kuma, which I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I was about to roast the shit out this man, but I just caught up on the manga. And after reading that backstory, I don't want to roast you, bro. So even though you built like an egg with some damn chicken legs, you off the hook, my nigga. So anyways, Kuma shot.
See, he knows. CJ knows. CJ knows. See, you can't roast Kuma anymore. It's literally impossible to roast Kuma in the story anymore. You can't. You are no longer allowed because of his backstory. If I got anybody who watches the anime for One Piece specifically, yeah, I ain't gonna spoil, but no one's allowed to ever make fun of Kuma again. No, it's literally forbidden now. It's literally forbidden now.
Some damn chicken legs. You off the hook, my nigga. So anyways, Kuma shocks the shit out this nigga. Had this man or spazzing. And this man was so cooked. But he said, hell no. I'm at least taking out somebody with me. So he ends up aiming for Dofi. And bro just looked at it like, really, nigga? So bro ends up destroying the whole wall. But Brody ain't hit shit. Cause you see this nigga flying thinking he's Cardi. Hitting that bitch. Then he talking shit to him in the air too. What's wrong, pussy? The donut man is right there. And you knew Oris was cooked because Dofi made this man see his backstory. That's how you know your screen time over. So Doflamingo amputated bro. Cut that big ass leg clean off. And he just laughing his ass off and saying, this is what you get.
Oh no, he wrong for that Ace, but not the Panda Man comment. Oh no, he's wrong for Panda Man. He gets a pass for Panda Man because he don't know that Panda Man be showing up all over the place. He just sees Panda Man and thinking like, oh, who's this dude? Who even is he? But with Ace, he knows about Ace. Everyone knows about Ace. That's the difference.
For being a big ass leg clean off. Your screen time over. So Doflamingo amputated bro. Cut that big ass leg clean off. And he just laughing his ass off and saying, this is what you get for being a dripless Neanderthal. And then Gecko Moria's hogback bowling pin built ass hit him with that and it was rap.
No. CJ, you gotta do the laugh right. You can't just say it as it's written. You can't just say it as it's written. You can't just say, she. No, you got to add the trill to it. You got to add the shrillness to it. Do it right, CJ. Do it right.
Them boys murdered Lil Lors, but Doflamingo was not done, racking up these murder charges. So later on, Viking Humpty Dumpty ends up pulling up and saying, Doflamingo, fuck you in that feathered ass coat, nigga. So bro runs at him and tries to swing at him, but he stops. Nani? And Dofi just started talking shit, saying, what's wrong, water buffalo? Are you too mesmerized from all my sauce? And y'all already know what he did. He hit bro with his strings. He wasn't moving an inch. So all these other dudes end up running up, and yeah, a massacre was about to ensue. jutsu. Bro right here runs up, he gets his balls chopped off. And Dofi just started puppeteering this man and making him kill his own men. This was just tragic, but also despicable. You made this man kill his own men, that's fucked up, bro. And while bro is massacring these dudes, this man gives off one of the greatest speeches I've ever heard. And everything he said in this speech is 100% facts. Now, obviously I can't play the audio, but I'm gonna text it out for us. We're gonna do a quick English project real quick, so here we go. Pirates are evil. The Marines are righteous? These terms have always changed throughout the course of history. Kids who have never seen peace and kids who have never seen war have different values. Those who stand at the top determine what's wrong and what's right. This very place is a neutral ground. Justice will prevail, you say? Of course it will. Whoever wins the war becomes justice. This motherfucker was cooking. Even though he's pure evil, he is actually speaking legitimate facts and you can't deny it. So after this, I ain't even gonna lie to you, Duffy just basically had a drip off of a crocodile for the rest of the war. So I'm gonna just translate this whole conversation for you. Oh, hell no. Gator boy, my nigga. I got a proposition for you. You got drip, I got drip. You gets money, I gets money. So what you say? Tag team? Man, fuck you, you pink feather flamboyant feminine ass nigga. Oh nah, shut the fuck up with that fake ass gold claw. I know you got that shit from Temu. Fuck you.
Also, yeah, don't be buying stuff from Temu. I wanted to make a short on Temu. And I was just thinking, you know how they have that ad that always plays for Temu going like, I'm shopping like a billionaire. I'm shopping like a billionaire. Temu, I'm shopping like a billionaire. And I'm thinking, billionaires don't shop like people do on Temu, though. If you're a billionaire, you ain't gonna be shopping like people do on Temu, though. Nah, sorry. I had to get that little service announcement out. That's the reason why I don't ever buy stuff from off of there.
And fuck you too, you tobacco-loving, chain-smoking son of a bitch. Now, most of this fight sadly happened off screen, but hey, only Oda know how long this sauce-off went on for. So fast forward all the way to the end of the war, and you just see explosions in the background. And the reason why is because Doflamingo was jumping this 60% body fat eggplant, because he basically had an assassination order from somebody up high. But Moria somehow lived. I don't know how, but it don't matter, nigga. That's still attempted murder. Now, it's time to move 3 years later. And at this time, Doflamingo's criminal enterprise is thriving.
Technically, it's 2 years later, but I'm gonna let it slide because he doesn't know. The Hater Convention is in session with Dofi and Croc. Yeah, it is. It is.
Nigga is anime El Chapo. And I mean, this man did everything from arms dealing and gun running.
Also, don't think we don't notice the Grand Theft Auto 4 theme song in the background. Literally one of the best opening themes for a video game. Actually, you know what? People love that theme so much that it's one of the best musics you could hear while a game is installing. Just the whole theme for Grand Theft Auto 4. It's really good. It's really good.
2 massive drug labs. Think. Is thriving. This nigga is anime El Chapo. And I mean, this man did everything from arms dealing and gun running. 2 massive drug labs, 1 in Punk Hazard and 1 in Dressrosa, producing smile fruits for Kaido, and had none other than Caesar Clown cooking that shit up. And I kid you not, these smile fruits was fucking niggas up. For example, take a look at Wano. Smile fruits hit Wano like crack in the 80s. This man is solely responsible for supplying these niggas to cause a drug epidemic. Look how this shit hit neighborhoods in Wano, bro. They thought these hoes was just regular apples. Hell nah, these hoes was laced and everybody was eating them, even the kids. And they lost all emotions except for smile and laugh.
We know how Moria survived, right? Was it revealed in the story or through SBS? I don't think it's been revealed how Moria survived the encounter with Doflamingo during the end of the Marineford War. All we know is that when Perona was speaking to Mihawk, and this was leading up to the events that would cause the abolition of the 7 warlords, he mentioned that it says that Moria died in the war, but I don't think it's credible. And knowing Mihawk, he's incredibly intelligent and knowledgeable about things. So he kind of alluded that I don't think we should trust the newspaper saying that Moria's dead. And that gave Perona some hope that her master Moria was still alive out there. Of course, we see him later in the story when he's at Pirate Island, where he encounters Blackbeard. And then we find out that Absalom's been killed because Shiryu took his invisible fruit. But we don't. Absalom saved him? Was it? I forget that. Was that the case? Absalom came and saved him before he was killed? Was that the case? Maybe I missed it during One Piece. Hold on, let me look this up. Absalom. Wano Country arc. Yeah. Absalom was present at the Summit War of Marineford. After the war ended, Absalom and Hogback rescued Moria from Don Quixote Doflamingo after the latter was ordered to kill him. And this was in Vivre Card One Piece Visual Dictionary card 472. Information about Absalom is revealed. So it wasn't in SBS or in the official story. It was released through a Vivre Card. That's the reason why we didn't know. Because it was released through a Vivre Card. See, people use SBS and basically the main story as reference, but we gotta remember that the Vivre Cards also count as like official information as well. And I really wish there was a massive compendium of all the Vivre Card information. I wonder if the Library of Ohata has that. But there's like this I wish there was like this big massive compendium of all this Vivre Card information, because through Vivre Card information, I found out that Sengoku has Conquerors, which made him one of the first people in the Navy to have Conquerors. So that's how I found out about that. But yeah, I didn't know that Absalom rescued Moria, because I don't be getting Vivre Cards. So, well, that's one way. At least we know.
It's eating them, even the kids. And they lost all emotions except for smile and laughter. They basically ate Joker venom. Yeah, hell nah. The Don Quixote family needs to change their name to the Don Quixote Cartel expeditiously. So now we end up catching up with Dofi at one of his Dofi parties. Because you know what they say, there ain't a party like a Dofi party. And he gets a call.
Let me bring it back. You don't want to go to a party with this man. Let me say that. Also, have you seen the stuff from Volume 109's SBS? I have not. I haven't really been keeping up with SBS's over the past couple of months, so I have no idea. I'll look it up later. But, yeah. You do not want to go to a party with this man for reasons that need no explanation.
And he gets a call from Punk Hazard saying, "Oh, young master, the Straw Hats, Law, and G5 is fucking with our product. Operations have halted." So this man took
Who is that again? That's P. Diddy. He's in a lot of trouble. Extreme
measures and basically said, "Motherfucker, you think that's my problem? I got bitches here."
Oh my God, Dofi, come in the water!
Hold on, ladies. The party's just getting started. Motherfucker, blow up the island. I'll send somebody to pick up Caesar's bitch ass later. Now, sadly, Doflamingo's plan to blow up the lab failed miserably because of Caesar's dumbass. So this man was so pissed off, he said, "Fuck it. Niggas can't get shit done. So I'ma do it myself." So this man web slinged all the way to Punk Hazard. So later on, while G5 basically has the island under control, this man Dofi flies in saucy as fuck and just hits a superhero landing. And everybody in G5 is stunned. They like, "Oh my God, that drip! The aura is Doflamingo!" And look at this 10-foot nigga towering over these midgets. Nigga, fuck being a drug lord, go to the league. And Dofi ain't waste no time. Bro said,
The beat go off? Hey.
this man knocked out damn near every single soldier with Conqueror's hockey. Didn't even lay a hand on him, just hit him with the sauce. But he wasn't done. He ends up webbing up all the other Marines' guns and made them all aim at each other. And this man elegantly made them all shoot each other while hitting this saucy ass flip. Oh my goodness. Bro just murdered I don't know how many people, but he did it in the sauciest way possible. So then this one Marine is begging for his life. He like, please, I have a family. Nigga, fuck your family. They should be ashamed of your broke ass. I know you don't get no paper. I know your bitch be fucking other niggas behind your back. You fucking cock. So what got so bad, Smoker had to intervene. But my God, this man got washed. Look at his sorry ass. Can't even land a hit. This is why you're not making Admiral, buddy. Look at him. Bro tried to punch him in the dick. Duffy looked at him like, whoa, slow down there, you freaky fuck. And this how you know this man Smoker is washed. This man already breathing heavy as hell, and they only been fighting for 30 seconds. But then some of Smoker's men end up coming and try to bail him out. But bro tried to be chivalrous and save him, but ends up getting met with razor sharp strings and ends up getting flung. And after Smoker got cooked, Dofi just got real disrespectful. He sat on bro, grabbed his face like your mama about to beat your ass, and was about to kill him. But Smoker ended up getting the bailout of the century, because Al Kiji pulled up and said, all right, big dog, we gonna have to stop.
Real quick, I gotta talk about this moment. When Kuzan showed up, no pun intended, this was the coldest entrance for him after the time skip. Him showing up and being behind Doflamingo before Doflamingo could even react. Mind you, Doflamingo has observation hockey, so he should have been able to sense him. But Kuzan rolled up, and he's directly behind Doflamingo, and him merely speaking stops him from killing Smoker. Now, I'm not going to go into details of just how powerful Kuzan is, because you anime-only viewers are going to find out very soon, but this dude here, he one of them. He's him, as you would say. The way Shanks is him, Kuzan is him too. I'm just saying.
He pulled up and said, all right, big dog, we gonna have to stop. And you see, Doflamingo was a smart man, because he knows he can't win this fight. You think he's gonna fight a former admiral and get embarrassed? Hell nah. Bro said, I'll take my leave. I got bigger fish to fry. And that fish, of course, is Law and the Straw Hats. And especially Law, because these niggas got generational beef. The Dofi trial. Exhibit B wrap up. Assault and battery. Murder, mass murder, arms trafficking, drug manufacturing, possession, and trafficking. Exhibit C. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for Exhibit C, Corazon. So, there is a reason why Law has mad beef with Dofi, and it all started 16 years ago. Now, when Law first came to Doflamingo, he was very sick. He had white lead disease and his whole family is dead because the world government decided to murder everybody in that town because they all had that disease. So they Raccoon City'd that bitch. Now, Law didn't have that much time left to live, but Dofi kept him around and said, there's a chance that you might be able to live if you get this devil fruit called the Op fruit, because you'll be able to heal yourself. Also, the fruit's busted. So Law ended up sticking around with him, doing some piracy.
Calling the Op fruit busted is an understatement. I'll talk more about it in a minute.
Robbing some banks, and of course, catching bodies. And Dofi's main objective was basically to groom Law to become his right-hand man. Now, here's where everything goes to shit. Corazon, aka Doflamingo's brother, Rosinante, basically told him, hey, little nigga, you got D in your name. And if Dofi figures out you got D in your name, he gonna kill your little ass. Because if you got the big D in your name, you are a mortal enemy of the celestial dragons. And also, Corazon is a narc.
I'm a rat. I ain't no snitch.
He is a undercover Marine trying to take down his evil brother. So you can kind of see what this is. These two are basically opposites and the what ifs of a tragic outcome. Doflamingo wants to burn the fucking world, cause fuck everybody. And Corazon wants to do good in the world and basically stop his brother because he's a crazy bastard. So Corazon ends up taking law around.
Kuzan is just that fast, plus he can turn into freezing mist. I don't think he can turn into freezing mist. He's just that fast. He just happens to leave like an icy trail behind him. He can turn into ice, and that's it. He can't turn into mist, because that would start to offer up like a different way for his fruit to behave. He's just that fast. He's just that fast.
For like 6 months, trying to find a cure for his disease and getting him away from Dofi. Now, while this was going on, Dofi called them and said, "Come back to the ship. We got a lead on the op fruit, and we can cure Law's disease." Now, with this in mind, Corazon decided, let's just go steal it so we can cure your disease and go into hiding. So Corazon gets the information from the Navy to where the fruit actually is. So later on, they end up getting to the island and Corazon ends up stealing the fruit, but at the expense of getting shot the fuck up. So after bro got shot up but somehow survived, he made Law eat the fruit. And after that, he told him, "This is some important intel I need you to give to the Navy that's on this island right now." So while Law went to go search for a Marine to give the note to, he found one, but the wrong one. Because the Marine he gave it to was Virgo, Dofi's undercover agent in the Marines. So Law brought Virgo all the way back to Corazon, and Virgo was like, "What the fuck? Corazon? Oh, you narc ass nigga." And Virgo ended up reading the intel and kicks his face in. And
Don't know about turning into icy mist, but he can probably turn the environment around him into an icy mist. I mean, that could be something that he could do, but all the stuff he can do is just essentially ice related, specifically ice related and sub-zero temperatures and freezing stuff related. So I would attribute it to more of like anything ice related, not like mist or anything, but just anything that is just solid ice related. The dude is mad broken. He can freeze an entire ocean if he wants. He's the only admiral out of all of them. He's actually one of the few people in the world that's capable of traveling across the ocean without the need of a ship, because he can simply just freeze the water whenever he touches it. So out of every person with a devil fruit power in One Piece, he's essentially the only one that can survive hitting the water and come out of it alive, because that's happened before. When he was fighting Whitebeard during the Marineford War, the Summit War, if you will, Whitebeard stabbed him through the chest, and mind you, Whitebeard could have been using, I believe he was using hockey at that time, but Kuzan at the time made a hole in his body so that it wouldn't pierce him and hurt him like hockey can do for a Logia user. Then Jozu came in and slammed into him with a brilliant punky. He just slammed him out of the way, and pieces of Aokiji, Kuzan, fell into the water, which then proceeded to freeze the entire bay and water far out from the distance of Marineford. And then he reformed himself from it. So dude doesn't even need to be consciously together for him to freeze stuff. Just chunks of him falling in the water will instantly freeze, and he can just instantly reform himself from that. That's just his devil fruit power. That's just his man. Oh man, I would love to have like discussions about talking about just specific different devil fruits by themselves, because there's so many applications to some of these fruits that we haven't exactly seen yet that are pretty much possible given the uniqueness of these fruits and whatnot. Like the same way I look at the different powers and abilities of people in Marvel and all the finite details, such as like, Jean Grey is capable of using telepathy, and she's also capable of manipulating brain signals and synapses to cause you to behave a certain specific type of way. Like that sort of minuscule fine detail stuff. I love talking about stuff like that. So one day we're going to just talk about different devil fruits. Just a bunch. Just a bunch of them. We're going to talk about them and how some of them are crazy powerful and how some of them, which we haven't seen awakened, would possibly be even more broken if they were to be in an awakened state. Because I would like to talk about old devil fruits that we've seen that we don't see anymore, like Miss Valentine's Day and her Kilo fruit, which is basically a lesser version of Mach Vice's Ton fruit. Yeah, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. One day, I think we'll do it this week. I want to have a whole big discussion about the different devil fruits of One Piece. And just talk about them. I can talk about the story all day. But I want to have like a big discussion where we're just talking about the devil fruits in general. One session will focus on Paramecia. One session will focus on Zoans. And another session will focus on Logia. Zoans will also include mythical types as well. But I want to do that. I'm compelled. I'm compelled now. Thank you guys. Y'all came up with a brand new idea for me.
Virgo did not. And Virgo ended up reading the intel and kicks his face in. And Virgo did not hold back. He beat the shit out of Corazon. And then after that, he beat Law's ass. So then after they get their ass beat,
Virgo, he left Law traumatized after this beating. This wasn't like, oh, I'm just gonna beat you, like slightly heavy-handed, like a whooping. No, this was like Virgo was fighting another full-grown adult type of Dustin that he was doing to Law. So imagine how traumatized a child can be. Imagine how traumatized a child can be after getting beat as if they were a grown adult. Do like top 10 powerful devil fruits, powerful and best devil fruits? Sure, I can do that. The ones that have the potential to be some of the strongest and the ones that are considered the strongest. So obvious choices will be the Hito no Mi Marunika for the Zoan class. Let's see, another one for the Paramecia class would probably be, well, I could talk about Bonnie's fruit, but then I would have to put in like a spoiler warning just in case. I won't talk too much about it, but Logia, there's a long list. Oh, wait. What am I saying? Bonnie's fruit is up there, but I keep forgetting that we got the Quake fruit. That's literally one of the strongest, if not the most powerful Paramecia type devil fruit in the entire world. So that's on the list. Logia includes the Chili fruit, the Glint fruit, the Mag fruit. There's a lot of different Logia types that have incredibly powerful properties. I think Akainu's devil fruit is really up there in terms of just pure destructive capabilities, because it was able to, match up to Whitebeard's Quake fruit during the war. But we'll talk about it later. But back to Virgo beating up on Law. Imagine you're like 10 years old, and then a full-grown man who's like, 7 feet tall, just starts beating up on the person that's taking care of you, and then starts beating up on you as badly as the other guy. Then you are left barely alive, and you got to grow up with that knowledge.
Dofi arrives, beat Law's ass. So then after they get their ass beat, Dofi arrives on the island, and this man is dripped out of his mind and pissed. Cause his own brother was a rat. And Doflamingo knew something was off too. Because those 6 months that Corazon was gone, the Navy was off they ass. And every time Corazon was there, the Navy was there. So it was all over for his little bro. Dofi ends up setting up his bird cage over the island so nobody can leave. And he just went on a rampage until he found his brother, killing literally anybody and everybody that was in his way,
including Diaz Drake's father, Diaz Barrels, who also used to be a Navy officer until he just straight up went AWOL, and then he tried to pawn off and sell the Op fruit. Of course, we know what happened with that particular fruit and what happened to him because, well, Doflamingo personally gunned him down.
He found his brother, killing literally anybody and everybody that was in his way. So later on, when the family finally finds Corazon, they jumped the hell out of this man, beat the rat piss out of him, and played baseball with his body.
Home run!
And this was just horrible. This man Gladius went to his body and said, "How dare you betray the family, you rat ass nigga!" So after they jumped him, Doflamingo came up to him and said, "Corazon, my baby brother, a fucking narc." Fuck you, nigga. Corazon, you know how hard it is to kill your own flesh and blood. Again, and my God, it pains me to do it. But do me a favor, baby brother, and say hello to Pops for me. This man Doflamingo dumped about 10 bullets in this nigga and murdered his own little brother in cold blood. The Dofi trial. Exhibit C wrap up. Piracy, grand larceny, murder, mass murder, fratricide. Exhibit D.
And we haven't even moved on to the whole deal of him, you know, ruling over Dressrosa yet. We're just going over his early, we're literally going from the day he was a kid, leading up all the way until then. But, it really just shows you, and I know CJ already mentioned this, it really does show you the difference in, you know, upbringings between the two, between two people that come from the same family. One side, Doflamingo still wants to be, still in his mind, even though he's no longer a part of he's no longer a part of the world nobles at all, his behavior still exhibits that, doing whatever he wants. Like, sure, he wants to destroy everything and destroy the whole world, yet he still behaves like the very same people that ostracize him, because that indoctrination still runs so deep within him. It runs so deep that he literally continues to behave like a celestial dragon, except he ain't wearing their clothes or got the trademark upturned cowlick on the top of their heads. He still functions the same way. Whereas Rocinante, he, like his dad, and I believe his mom as well, they have like that sense of compassion, which is why these two butt heads. It's unfortunate it ended the way it did, but it just further pushed Doflamingo down into this path of like, okay, now I have no one else that can really oppose me on a family level. Now I can fully do whatever I want without hearing any of my family members whining about me behaving like the very people that said I couldn't come back because we left. Because what the celestial dragons basically said to them when Doflamingo tried to bring the head of his father back to him, because he was trying to appease him. He was trying to appease himself like, hey, can I come back now? I brought back the head of that traitor. And because he doesn't even consider his father anymore. He just says, like, I brought back the head of that traitor. And they are all like, who are you? Literally just forgetting whoever they were. Because as soon as they went down to the world below, he was all like, okay, you're one of the insects now. We no longer want anything to do with you. Don't call this number again. And that just pushed him even further to the brink of insanity, because the very thing he fought so hard to get himself back into, he could no longer get, because when his family left Marijois, that wasn't like a round trip ticket. It's not like, okay, I didn't like it, let me come back. No, it's all like, as soon as you leave, you gone. You can't come back. 1830. Yeah, you can't come back. So that just pushed him even further. And we're not even all the way through yet.
Y'all ready, ladies and gentlemen? It is now time for Exhibit D, the usurpation of Dressrosa. Now, Doflamingo, as we know, is the king of Dressrosa. But how did he become king? Yeah, you might need to sit back for this one. So, 10 years become king.
I love this clip from Bugs Bunny.
Arise, loin of beef. Arise, sir milk of magnesia. Arise, your fried chicken. Arise, spoiled milk. Arise, chocolate fudge lava cake. Arise, king of Nottingham. And for your grateful servants, for your grateful servants to the kingdom of England, I, King Henry the 57th, would like to award you, the sheriff of Nottingham, knighthood. Arise!
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that clip.
You might need to sit back for this one. So, 10 years before the present, Dressrosa was a very peaceful nation that knew no types of war and had a honest king named King Riku. Now, the people loved King Riku. They'd glaze this man to the end of the earth. But sadly, this would change in a single night. So, on that tragic night, Doflamingo flew to the king's private quarters. So he pulled up, woke this nigga up, and said, "Don't even try calling for help, or I will slit your fucking throat right now." So Dofi basically explained to the king that this land, matter of fact, this whole country belongs to me, and I finally come back to take back what's rightfully mine. So the thing is that the Don Quixote family used to rule over Dressrosa about a good 800 years ago, till they abandoned it and became celestial dragons. And now Dofi is back to claim what's his. Now he gave the king an ultimatum. He basically told him, we can either A, I will take over this entire kingdom and kill everybody, or B, you can buy my kingdom for 10 billion berries. So what's it gonna be, old nigga? Genocide or run your pockets? So obviously the king had no choice. He had to run his pockets, but he ain't have enough money. So for the sake of the kingdom, he had to send out his soldiers and beg the people for money. And obviously the people are confused. They like, but King Riku, we just paid our taxes a month ago. Yeah, man, this is some bullshit. I can't even pay my child support. I just got pregnant the other day. How am I supposed to take care of my child? So King Riku had to get...
See, when I watched this arc in the anime, it was so, I wouldn't say awkward to see this whole situation go down. Just watching this whole situation go down, it was gut-wrenching. You know the reasons why King Riku is going out there collecting money, because he's trying to buy back his entire kingdom from someone who's threatening to not only murder him, but also murder everyone in his kingdom. He's trying to resolve things peacefully. So seeing all these people be super confused as to why the king is asking them to do this, knowing what's about to happen and leading up to what CJ's about to address, it's like, it's just so, and the thing is, instead of you just reading it page for page and just going through it, it's a long animation. So it drags out that feeling just a little bit longer than you would just skim through on 2 to 3 pages. So watching this arc in anime 4 was, I wouldn't say tough, but it's not one that I'm going to easily forget because of, well, what happens.
On the big screen, get on all fours and said, "Please, we're broke. I know it's shit, y'all just paid taxes, but fuck, we need this goddamn money." So the people said, you know what? Something must be wrong. Our glorious king needs help. So every single citizen they had emptied every dime they had because they trusted their king, because he ain't ever done them wrong. So everything seems to be fine. They paid off Doflamingo and they should be scot-free, right? Psych! In the distance, you see this man, King Riku, coming at them on a horse. So obviously the soldiers think, King Riku, we got the money. You didn't have to come all the way out here. But this man, King Riku, is crying and saying, "Run away!
I beg your pardon?"
And the king starts slaying people and blowing shit up. And you already know what's going on. In the shadows, Doflamingo is controlling this man and making him kill his people. So Dofi didn't tell the king, but there was an option C, and that was to do both. Genocide and run your pockets. And the king wasn't the only one getting controlled. Dofi decided to control the soldiers as well and made them slaughter everybody. And they didn't spare nobody. Look at this. This is a mama and her son. And this nigga said, pay your taxes. Look at this poor couple. This brother just got done baking at the bakery with all this cake, just for this man King Riku to come and blow both their backs out. And this went on for the whole night. Now here's the part that's gonna make you sick. Doflamingo and his crew are just up here watching this. And when the time was right, he said, "All right, boys, it's showtime." These niggas hop down and knock out these soldiers, getting everybody's attention. And Doflamingo says, "Greetings, everyone. My name is Don Quixote Doflamingo, and I've come to save you."
That's the worst part. That's the worst part about it. Let me just explain everything. CJ may explain it, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Doflamingo had this man gather up 10 billion berries. Then he controlled this same king, along with all of his soldiers, to go and murder all of these civilians. Even after telling King Riku, just give me the money and then you get to keep your kingdom. And then he just starts making him kill his own people. Now, the scary thing about Doflamingo's devil fruit power is the fact that his parasite strings, they are so thin, it's literally impossible for you to catch them. The only person we've seen be able to do this was Fujitora, and that's only specifically in the anime. But he was able to catch this string from controlling him, and it's super fine, it's super thin, but Doflamingo can attach them to basically an undisclosed amount of people. So every single soldier that was out there that night, he controlled the king and all of his soldiers, and started murdering every single one of them. So not only does he get to have a little bit of genocide, but he also gets to keep all those berries that those people were, giving on the pretense of like, this is for the kingdom, this is for the king. He would never steer us wrong. So now the survivors of this genocide, they are now going to look at King Riku and all of his soldiers as traitors to the entire country, not knowing that Doflamingo orchestrated all of it. And as CJ shows right here, he then also makes it so that when, his crew of fanatical right-hand men show up, they show up with the pretense of like, let's go ahead and save these people. It'll look good on our resume. And they just show up and they're like, we're here to save you, knowing good and well he orchestrated this whole thing in the first place. Dude's evil.
Boo this. Man, this is some bullshit. Boo this man.
Now this is a straight Homelander-ass move.
I never thought of it that way, but that's what it is. This dude is Homelander. Oh my god. Oh wow. I never put two and two together. Doflamingo is the Homelander of One Piece. I'm Don Quixote Doflamingo, and I really can do whatever the heck I want. You thought I was going to say something else, did you? My self-control is too good. He really is the He really is the Homelander of One Piece, though.
Bro made the... Now this is a straight Homelander-ass move. Bro made the king and his guards kill their own people just to come in and save the day. And this was the tragic part. He controlled the king and said, come on over. Make sure you look good for the camera. So bro jumps down and smacks the shit out this nigga on live TV in front of everybody. And just off of that, this man just committed the greatest PR stunt of all time. Because the people are like, oh my God. The greatest.
Also, can I say something? And then this is something off of One Piece entirely. I always love like the wire work for when they make it seem like a person is flying through the air for like TV shows and movies and stuff.
In front of everybody. And just off.
Yeah, this. I love that. As a stunt, I love that. Especially when people are floating in the air or floating down in the air. Of course, all the wire work and stuff is, moved out of the way because of CGI and removed digitally afterwards. But I always found that to be such a really cool physical stunt to do. Because it makes it seem more... It's just something about it that just makes it seem cooler.
Off of that, this man just committed the greatest PR stunt of all time. Because the people are like, oh my God, he saved us! Yeah, hell yeah, brother! And they chanted this man's name throughout the night while hoisting the king's body in the air like a trophy. And that night, Doflamingo usurped the throne and became the king of Dressrosa. Now, after Doflamingo became king, he started to do some even more evil shit. For an example, using sugar to turn damn near half the population into toys and making their families forget about them forced these tontata low niggas to basically be slaves and work in his drug lab, had some of the old soldiers become gladiators, and forced them to basically kill each other.
Except Dofi doesn't have a Homelander's proclivity for a certain type of milk, we hope. That's the only difference. I only mean in personality, and I only mean similar in personality, not in the weird stuff that he does. That's the only difference between Doflamingo and Homelander. I was thinking Doflamingo and Homelander. Thank God.
And apparently, soldiers become gladiators and force them to basically kill each other. And apparently, he did something with Viola. I don't even know if this is true, but a lot of people say it is. So I'm just leave this here.
Freaky ass nigga, he the 69 God. Freaky ass nigga, he the 69 God.
The Dofi trial. Exhibit D wrap up.
I got nothing to say.
Blackmail, genocide, usurpation, brainwashing, slavery. Exhibit D. Alrighty, ladies
I'm never
and
going to
gentlemen,
use that.
It is now
nickname.
time for our final exhibit. Exhibit E, the Heavenly Demon. We now set our sights on an island called Greenbed, just off the coast of Dressrosa, and we are observing a trade, well, what was supposed to be a trade, between Law and Doflamingo. Now, Law took Caesar as hostage after Punk Hazard to get some leverage on Doflamingo and make him leave the Warlords, so he would lose his Navy immunity. And also, Dofi needs Caesar to make some more of his Smile product. But tragically for Law, this plan failed miserably because Doflamingo was 2 steps ahead. Because this man used his celestial dragon leverage on the government and falsified a whole story about how he left the Warlords, when in reality he didn't. And he had this man Law shook. He ain't know what the fuck to do. His whole plan blew up in his face. So Law was like, shit.
That was confirmed in an
Well,
SBS?
time to skedaddle.
Okay.
So this man Law got the running while Doflamingo was hawking his ass down. And it didn't help that Fuji Torres ass was here trying to drop meteors on the nigga. And this man Law was fighting for his life in this jungle. Look at Dofi come behind him. Nigga finger sniped him. Brought this man Law to his knees. Then he came down and told him, you ain't going nowhere, little nigga. I've been waiting to kill your ass for 13 motherfucking years. And look at Dofi, bro. This nigga think he's Spider-Man. Out here just webbing shit up and throwing it at him. And I don't even know how long this game of tag lasted for, because we know how that Dressrosa pacing was. Good God. But anyways, bro, they ended up.
We were in Dressrosa for 2 years. Not just for the manga, but we were in Dressrosa for 2 years for the anime, too. 2 years to be in an arc! Ain't that long? It was 2 years. 2 whole years for the Dressrosa arc. It was long.
Getting to the beach.
I think we were all the way in Zou in the manga, and we were in the middle of Dressrosa in the anime. It wasn't until recently where they started to pick up the pacing.
While Dofi's chasing Law, it was good God. But anyways, bro, they ended up getting to the beach, and while Dofi's chasing Law, he ends up hearing a loud ass scream, and it was from the Sunny, from Chopper, Nami, and Brooke being loud as shit. And Dofi just looked over there with a big old smile on his face like, oh Law, you done fucked up now. So this man flew over to the ship, posted up on him, and Dofi was ready to make the Sunny the Titanic. But out of nowhere, here comes final form simp Sanji, out here yelling at this man like, stay away from my Nami Swan. Like, dog, come on, she not gonna let you hit. But anyways, Dofi did not take this fight seriously at all. Look at him, he got this big ass grin on his face. Then this man threw out his attack, backflip for style points, and told him, well there buddy, let's not burn the coat. This shit costs more than your life.
Cosquito!
Had this man Sanji cooked in 1 hit. But Sanji started thinking to himself while he was free falling, oh, if I beat Doflamingo, Nami Swan might let me hit. So this man Sanji got a second win and started trying to kick the life out of this man. But Dofi just put out his hand and said, time out. Bro had this man Sanji just stuck in the air, and bro just looked at him and told him, the fuck I just told you about fucking up my coat? I already told your ass this shit costs more than your life. So this man charged up his overheat and he was ready to kill Sanji. But right when Dofi was about to hit him, here come Law with the and he ended up teleporting Dofi away from Sanji. And you could tell this man Dofi had the intent to kill this man, because he had to throw the attack out and it landed all the way back in Dressrosa and just cut a building in half. Yeah, but
Think about that for a second. The range for Doflamingo's Devil Fruit is incredible. I mean, the man attaches strings to clouds, which allows him to fly. Clouds, for the most part, tend to be from 6,300 feet and up. For the most part, for your more standard clouds, they tend to be at least 6,300 feet up in the air. And he's capable of attaching his strings not only to them extremely quickly, but from that far of a distance. So him being all the way in Greenbit, which is miles upon miles away from Dressrosa, and it land him just slashing his overheat string in one direction, and then a couple of seconds later, it comes whipping into Dressrosa, and then has the heat and the sharpness to it to slice an entire building off. From that distance, meaning that no inertia, no momentum was lost when he slapped it in that direction. It's like a super long whip that gets faster and faster as the ripple travels to the long end of the whip. And it just slices through a building.
Buddy, that's attempted murder. All the way back in Dressrosa and just cut a building in half. Yeah, buddy, that's attempted murder. You tried to put this simp 6 feet under. So this man Law had to take this miniature big back Big Mom as a hostage so the Straw Hats could escape. But later on, they end up having a standoff on this bridge. And I kid y'all not, this was not a fight. This was a sheep coming to the slaughter. I mean, look at this man Law. He running for his life again. Doflamingo's just cutting the bridge in half and yelling at him like, "What's wrong, pussy? I thought you was gonna spin back for Cora, but you still a bitch." But Law at least tried something. He tried to throw all the debris at him, but Dofi just cut it to pieces. Then Law tries to come behind him, but Dofi hits a perfect parry, dodges the attack, then shatters this man's jaw with his foot, and the beating just got worse from here. This was like a parent whooping their kid's ass for being disobedient as hell. I mean, look at this. He came down and kicked the shit out of him again, then just started spamming bullet strings at him. Even took out his legs. Bro was literally rolling around and screaming in pain. And this wasn't even the worst part. Doflamingo walked up to him, lifted up his hand, and he slapped this nigga across Dressrosa. And oh God, this was probably this man's most savage moment in the whole series. Law is already cooked, but Doflamingo decided, remember when you had lead poisoning, Law? Let's see if you remember how that felt. And he started dumping bullets of lead in him. And look at this freaky ass nigga out here licking the blood. Hell no. And Law was done. He should have been dead. The amount of plot armor Law had in this arc is ridiculous, because this is not the first time bro should have died, as we will see later. So now we fast forward a fat minute, all the way till Sugar got knocked out and all the toys turn into people again, and the whole population turns on Doflamingo because they realize, wait a minute, this nigga's an asshole. He turned half the population into toys, brainwashed us, and committed a coup d'etat. Get this nigga out of here. So then the one-legged demon Kyros came in and cut off this man's head, and everybody's in shock. Everybody like, oh my God, Dofi just died to a side character? Psych! Niggas thought it was gonna be that easy. Yeah, this man could use string clone jutsu. So he got behind Kyros and kicked the roof off of the palace. Good God.
I like that big back, Big Mom. So we need to talk about the ridiculous strength when it comes to characters in One Piece. Just doing stuff that is just plain ridiculous. And I say this as a person that has watched every episode of Baki. Being able to kick just in one direction, but the blade of air, of wind pressure that you create from that, not only slices the entire upper half of the building you're in off, but it also slices off adjacent buildings far away from the building you're in. No. So you mean to be telling me that he's always been holding back for him to be able to slice open a building like that? This entire time? He's just always been able to do that. Did people just doing ridiculous stuff in One Piece that will never cease to amaze me? You look, let me show you how fast I can kick. I ain't no kung fu expert. That's how fast I can kick. I can't get that high. I can't get too high up there because I need to do my stretches. I don't want to pull nothing. I don't want to pull my leg or nothing. But That's about as fast as I can kick. And, well, I'm just showing you how fast I can kick. I could go faster, but that's just about as fast as I can kick. And this man kicked with enough pressure to just straight up cut an entire building in half, and it sliced through an entire building and 2 other buildings. How much strength do you have?
This man got some strong ass legs with them fucking leg hairs he got. So then here come Luffy trying to be a hero, even though he's a terrorist. Out here trying to hit that man with that jet Gatling. But the clone came behind him, blew his back out. Then Dofi looked at him, cocked back his fist and told him, "Get the fuck off my property, broke ass nigga." Hit Luffy so hard, probably made him even more stupid in the head. So he made Pika throw everybody off the cliff. And at this point, it was over for everybody in Dressrosa. This man set up the birdcage, got on the big screen and said, "People of Dressrosa, I'm just gonna go ahead and let y'all know this now.
I have fucking hated all you stinky ass peasants ever since I came to this fucking island. So now all you broke ass niggas can go fuck yourselves. So let's play a game. If you kill any of these bitch ass niggas on this board, especially that long-nosed, Pinocchio, nappy-headed ass fuck, I will make you rich."
What do you say fuck me for?
Oh, and you also have 24 hours before I destroy this fucking island.
So this man Dofi sent the island into chaos. This man started another genocide just because he got pissed off. So now it was finally time for the malice at the palace.
Real quick. See, what makes this genocide that Doflamingo tried to do even worse is the fact that the Navy was also involved. So not only do you have the people of Dressrosa getting involved, not only do you have the gladiators getting involved, but you also have the Navy getting... Well, actually, it's really worse with just the Navy itself, because the Navy had a much bigger presence in Dressrosa compared to King Riku's army all those years ago. So now you got the Navy with loads of guns, loads of swords, making sure that they have enough Navy officers for every individual in Dressrosa, which are per Fujitora's orders. Now you got an even worse genocidal situation compared to the earlier on when Doflamingo took over. So yeah, this is even worse.
One Piece. So now it was finally time for the malice at the palace One Piece edition. Law and Luffy versus Doflamingo.
It may never happen, but would Magneto be able to qualify for the Black Air Force Energy Court? Yes! Yes! Yes, he would. Mr. Sinister, he definitely would. Thanos! Let's just go down the list of people that will qualify for the round table of Black Air Force activity. Thanos, Magneto, Sinister, Null, Cletus Cassidy, Carnage. There's a lot of people from Marvel that would yeah. Yo, Kono, what's going on? Ain't gonna lie, I don't know what's going on. I've never watched One Piece. It would take a long time to explain everything to you. We're just looking at one of the characters, because One Piece is long. It's gonna be reaching 1120 chapters soon. Mayuri would definitely be on the round table of Black Air Force activity. I'm surprised he's not up there, considering all the stuff that he's done, both in the original run of Bleach and the 1,000-Year Blood War, especially with the recent episodes for him. So I'm kind of shocked that Mayuri isn't even on that list. But maybe it's because his crimes aren't as horrendous as what everyone else on the round table have been doing. Matter of fact, if CJ was to ever add anyone from DC or Marvel, it would have to become a massive Reverie-sized table for Black Air Force activity, because you would have to add Thanos, you would have to add Darkseid, you would have to add... I mean, the Bat Who Laughs and the Joker... Well, actually, wait. You know what? I'm just gonna stick with the classics. Darkseid and the Joker. Black Manta could be up in there as well. I wonder, if he ever decided to do Marvel and DC, he's got a whole plethora to choose from. I'm just saying.
Flamingo. Oh, I forgot, and Bellamy's here. Bruh. Bro was emotionally abusing this man the entire arc. We all know that Bellamy's this man's biggest glazer, so Dofi decided to use this man as a puppet. Look at Luffy, bro tried to kick him, and Dofi just used Bellamy's face as a human shield. He was straight up abusing this nigga. Then look at him. He put bro on some strings and said, dance, nigga. Go fuck up that walking condom for me. But Law and Luffy was just mad at Dofi for just watching him in that chair. So they hit that man with that Red Hawk team up, and Luffy really punched the shit out this man. This is the first time you see bro actually hurt. Bro mad as hell, thinking in his head like, motherfucker, you know what, just didn't get hit by this nigga in them broke ass sandals. Well, that man Dofi said hell.
But here's a you should definitely give One Piece a chance. It's worth the journey. It's very much worth the journey, but it does take a while. It does take a while. It is not something you can just binge all at once, because we're already in the thousands of episodes, and we're already in the 11th thousands of chapters right now. 1,119, if I believe. We're already there. So it would take a while, but it's definitely worth it. I already got like a whole series of me reading through like all the volumes, and then the chapters after volume 82, and then it's just the rest of me reacting to the different chapters and everything going on for One Piece there. So that's one avenue, but yeah, it does take a while to like fully catch up. It's a commitment, but at the same time, it's definitely worth it. And considering that My Hero is going to be ending very soon, and Jujutsu is, you know, I want to say in that ballpark as well, is probably getting close. Out of all of the big threes that have existed, One Piece is still going. Like, Naruto is over. Bleach is pretty much over. My Hero's about to be over. But One Piece is still going, and we still haven't scratched the surface of what all Oda wants to show for this story. So, yeah. It's got too many episodes. I'm trying to catch up for... I'd be trying to catch up for months. It's got a lot of episodes, which is why you can skip the filler. Thankfully, they have they have ways of letting you know, like, hey, this is filler, you can skip this. This is filler, you can skip this. You can basically skip all the filler in One Piece, and you won't have to worry about missing anything, because they're filler. But... yeah, like, I completely understand how the amount of chapters in One Piece and the amount of episodes in One Piece can be seen as, like, overwhelming. Because there's a lot of them. And not everyone has the time to take it all in and still try and catch up to where everyone else is. So with that, I completely understand.
Nah, you ain't. You know what? Just didn't get hit by this nigga in them broke ass sandals. Well, that man Dofi said, hell nah, you ain't getting away with that one, buddy. So bro started spamming them bullet strings at Luffy, send his stupid ass flying again. Then he decided to stab the shit out of Law. Bro said, sit your bitch ass down before I beat the shit out you again, boy. Then he hit this man Luffy with a nasty combo. Bro launched him in the air, grabbed him with his strings, then yanked him all the way back to Bellamy, who he was controlling, and sliced him. Oh my goodness. These boys was really getting cooked by a man with a flamingo coat and some short ass capris. So Dofi kicked Luffy's face in again, separating him and Law and making...
Those are capri pants, I'm just now realizing. I've always wondered, like, why is he... These are short pants, but it never really fully registered in my head that Doflamingo has been wearing capris this whole time. It's never fully registered. Like, I would see them, I know they're pants, but it never registered after all these years that he's just been wearing capris this whole time. I know it's silly to say out loud, but it's like... it never really dawned on me.
Can Luffy fight Bellamy? And my god, Law. This man took probably the worst beating in the series right here. Just look at this. Dofi ended up grabbing Law, then makes them both somersaults, crashing into the ground, and amputated this nigga Law's arm. Another case where Law should be dead in this arc. But this next part is really when Law should have been fucking dead. Dofi walks up to him, puts the gun up to him, and tells him, die like the broke ass nigga you are. Then just started shooting this man over and over and over and over again. He shot so many bullets in him, he kept on pulling the trigger thinking he had some more. And again, this is another instance of where Law should have died in this arc. Nigga cheated death 3 times just for him to get up and hit Dofi with a gambling knife, bruh. And Law really thought he was him right here. He was talking crazy to Doflamingo and saying, yeah, this my get back for Cora, nigga. So he hits Doki with a counter shot, basically with all the power he has left. And Law think he done killed him. But no, this man rose from the dead like the Undertaker. And you wanna know how this man survived that attack? He stitched his organs together with his string. Nigga gave himself surgery mid-fight. So Doflamingo is standing over Law, about to smash this man's head in and get a fatality. But here come Luffy bailing out Law. Nigga, how many times is Law gonna get bailed?
Have I played the first Descendant yet? Was curious how you felt about it. No, Kono, I haven't played it because this stream was originally supposed to be my first Descendant first impression stream. But when I scheduled my stream earlier today, it was also when maintenance started for the first Descendant. So now I gotta wait until tomorrow. Because I want to be able to dedicate that amount of time to playing First Descendant. I like to do my streams earlier in the day when people are readily available rather than go through the evening because most people tend to be winding down during the evening times. And I try not to do too many streams during that time. But yeah, when I tried to do First Descendant today, I was wondering, I can't connect, only to find out that it's been in maintenance ever since my stream started.
Out this fucking here come Luffy bailing out Law. Nigga, how many times is Law gonna get bailed out this fucking arc? Like, dog, you should be dead. This nigga Law gotta be a cat or some shit, cause he gotta have like 9 lives or something. So here comes that Nika Luffy himself. Bro kicked off them dusty, busted, broke ass sandals and transformed into this fat ass balloon. So obviously when Doflamingo first saw Gear Forth, he was laughing his ass off. Blood was like, what the fuck is this? Am I supposed to be scared of you, nigga? You turned into a balloon. But Luffy was done playing games. He punched the living shit out of Dofi. This man flew all the way down to the streets. And I ain't gonna lie, Dofi started getting dog walked. This man ain't felt so much pain since he was getting beat as a child. So this man Doflamingo went to his last resort. He said,
see, this one made me laugh during this whole encounter with Doflamingo. Doflamingo got bodied and then was just laughing, and then he's looking at Luffy making fun of him. And what do we know? What do we know about people who laugh at Luffy during the fight against him? People laugh at him and think like, oh, you got a dumb rubber body. That's not gonna do anything to me. I've been a pirate for all these years. You know nothing of the world. And every single person that says this to Luffy gets dusted. They get folded. They get disrespected. They get taught that you should not look at a rubber man with like silly intent. This dude is serious. You would think that you be prepared for the unpredictable, but no, not a single person has been ready for Luffy ever since he started fighting like the big bosses of arcs. Got you, I was playing it and I am already experienced with it during the beta. Yeah, me and Gaju, we played during the open beta. I think it was, I call it the open alpha, but I think it was the open beta. When they had an open beta for the First Descendant, me and Gaju were playing during that time as well, and we've been really looking forward to playing the First Descendant. He's already started playing ahead of me because when I was playing my finale for Shadow of the Erdtree, he was already playing the First Descendant. So he's going to be a lot farther than I am once I start playing myself. But I can't wait to play it. But every single person that's laughed at Luffy and thought that his power was ridiculous and that they could easily beat him, the only person that has easily beaten Luffy was Magellan, actually. He's the only one that he's the only one that Luffy has never beaten. Every other person that Luffy has tried to fight or has tried to take on Luffy in an arc, every single person either got dusted by him or Luffy ran away from them. And I feel like the only person who's the exception to this whole confrontation is Kuma, because he wasn't there to fight. If he wanted to kill them, he could have, but we know Kuma's intentions, and he sent them all in different directions. And that counted as a complete and utter defeat of the entire Straw Hat crew during the events of Sabaody. But Magellan is the only person that Luffy has tried to fight and lost and never beaten again. Because out of every single person, Magellan is the only person that you cannot go up against with normal means. Because the dude literally is a walking poison factory. And when I think about it, it just makes him all the more scary. Because frankly, he doesn't need to work hard for his devil fruit to really do much. His poison is so potent, like his basic form of poison. His basic form of poison is lethal. Because matter of fact, let me look up Magellan's poison fruit. And now Magellan is Dolphy's butler. I'm hoping, or might as well be. He's just there watching over him because, well, we all know what happened to Magellan. He got demoted after the events of the Impel Down breakout. I'm hoping they fix up the stability. It has really long load times too right now. That or it's just me, I don't know yet, but it was way longer than beta. Could be the influx of people trying to play all at once, because it is also launch day. Anyway, I'm done going on about First Ascendant. I just wanted that off my chest. Kono, you're perfectly fine. Don't even worry about it. So let's pull up the Doki Doki no Mi, because that's just a Venom fruit. So if I pull up the Doku, not Doki Doki. Doki Doki is a made-up fandom. Why did I think it was? I was probably thinking of Doki Doki Literature Club, but Doku Doku no Mi. That's the name of it. Doku Doku no Mi. Doku Doku. We'll continue with CJ Dachamp in a minute. So let's just go over the whole thing about Magellan's poison. So let's see. Strengths allows the user to create and control a wide range of poisons that can vary in strength and form, ranging from a mild irritant to a strong paralyzing agent to a deadly and highly corrosive toxin. The user can produce these poisons in both liquid and gaseous states. Gaseous states. They also become totally immune to any and all poisons, be it their own or an external toxin, which is why Magellan likes to have poison on his food, because it adds to the flavor of the food, but also gives him incredible IBM. The user can create massive amounts of liquid poison that they can shape into gigantic monstrous entities, such as a hydra or a demon. A large amount of poison can also be used as a means of transportation, allowing the user to travel through it like a pneumatic tube. The user can also cover themselves with a thick layer of liquid poison, giving them a virtual suit of armor, because literally touching him causes the poison to enter into your body instantly. That's how potent his poison is. The effects of the poison's use... But it does dissuade, let's say, said armor does not offer much fortitude, but it does dissuade opponents from attacking the user directly for fear of being poisoned. The effects of the poisons used, however, can be cured using an antidote. However, the difficulty of this task depends on the poison's use. A single poison can be relatively simple to cure, but having an accumulation of multiple poisons can make the creation of an antidote a daunting, nigh impossible task. Often an excruciating process lasting multiple days. Furthermore, any careless attempts to cure the ailments brought upon by the poisoning can hasten the death of the victim. The most powerful poison the power can produce is a red-colored poison, which Magellan himself has stated is powerful enough to destroy Impel Down itself. Not only is this poison more lethal and fast-acting than most, but it also spreads out from any surface it touches, literally infecting all objects in its wake, including stone. Kind of like Shigaraki's quirk when it evolved and started to be able to affect people even after Shigaraki has stopped touching an item or object that has already been decaying. Magellan is the only person in One Piece that Luffy has never actually beaten because of how dangerous Magellan and his poison is. But it's also thanks to Magellan that Luffy has such a high tolerance for poisons that allowed him to survive basically any poison from Caesar during the events of Punk Hazard. So at least we can be grateful for that. Also, one thing I've never really said out loud, but this joke of Doflamingo ain't got no eyebrows. None whatsoever.
And fuck it, I'm already destroying the country, so I might as well turn everything into string. So he ends up using his awakening and just throwing buildings of just string at him. But Luffy still did not care. He flew over to this man and hit him with that Leo bazooka, and Doffy went to flying and just pinned in the mountain. This fight should have been over right here, but nope. The plot kicked in, because Luffy ran out of time on Gear Force. The man literally deflated right before he was about to finish him. And this gave Doffy enough.
Has Magellan already awakened? I don't know. I don't know. Some could say that his Venom Demon form could be in awakened state for his poison, but we don't know officially. For all we know, everything we see of Magellan has just been the basic form of his poison, and it's just that strong. So honestly, I don't think Magellan needs an awakening. I don't think he needs it. His poison and his base form of poison is already potent enough that you really do need a poison, an antidote in order to cure yourself of it. Otherwise, you'll die. So he really doesn't need an awakening. His devil fruit power is already strong enough by itself. So even if he did awaken it, I don't think he needs to use it much because he's just that potent. No pun intended for the poisons motif.
Enough time to recover. The man literally deflated right before he was about to finish him. And this gave Doffy enough time to recover. And this man was more pissed off than ever. He went on a rampage looking for this man Luffy. Bro started killing everybody. It got to the point where if you got in this man's way, you died. Then he started moving the birdcage in closer. He was about to wipe the whole island off the map. So then here come Viola trying to do something against this 69 god. And I'm not even gonna waste no time on this. Y'all already know what happened. She got beat the fuck up. I don't even know why she tried this. Like, shorty, no! You out here getting your head smashed in. And then look at this, bro. He started hanging her by the string. Oh, no, nigga. My nigga, this is harassment. Nah, buddy, you're done. You're done after this. We know you did it. The allegations had to be true, especially after this scene. You was not like us, buddy. This image is staying exactly like it is. And then you tried to make Rebecca kill her dog. Nah, this man Doflamingo is pure evil. This man is a sick ass nigga. So thank God Luffy finally came over and he said, hell nah, your ass is going to jail. So he charged up that King Kong gun and yelled at that nigga, take your freaky ass to impale down, and blasted this man Doffy through the earth's crust. And it was over. Anime Diddy was finally defeated. So after...
Not Anime Diddy. Not Anime Diddy. Oh no! Oh no! Look, I ain't gonna talk about Diddy. I ain't gonna talk about Diddy. We already know. We already know. That's what happens when you get so much money and so much fame that you really think you can do whatever you want and get away with it just because you're rich and famous? No. When you start thinking like that, you already stupid. Because we see what happens when you get caught and you can't get away.
This, they locked this man up in the depths of Impel Down, and this man should never get out again. But let's be honest with ourselves. Sometime sooner or later, this nigga's getting out. Somebody gonna make the call to Jayoma. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, with all these damn charges, this is why this...
Look at this. Look at this. 4 counts of attempted murder, assault and battery, arms trafficking, blackmail, brainwashing, drug possession, trafficking and production, fratricide, genocide, grand larceny, a lot of homicide, 3 counts of mass murder, 2 counts of mass destruction, mutilation, racketeering, sabotage, slavery, torture, usurping, and harassment.
This man is on this round table. There should be no discussion. This is one sick ass nigga. So yeah, the faded Doflamingo video. We finally did it. Now y'all know damn well what might happen to this. So hey, fingers crossed. Like the video for good luck, I guess. Hey, hopefully we make it through. But anyways, man, hope y'all enjoy. And until then, I'm out this house.
Yeah, that is Doflamingo. He's just pure evil. And even when he's in the depths of Impel Down, he's just enjoying his time down in there, just laughing at all the events that are happening that's being relayed to him. So nah, that's crazy. That's crazy. But also, Let me see. I think there's something else. There was a video about Black Myth Wukong that popped up that I never really watched. He's built different? Yes, he is. He's definitely built different. But let me see. There was a Black Myth Wukong video that popped up in IGN China. Like I said, if it comes from IGN and it's in English, I'm not going to be watching them simply because, well, they are not reliable in giving like an unbiased opinion on Black Myth without trying to insert their own thoughts on it. Where is it? Where is it? I just saw it. It was here somewhere. I know I've seen it around here somewhere. Okay, 10 months, 10 months, 10 months. Final preview. Also, can we talk real quick on why one of Urush's hobbies is lovemaking? I didn't take Urush for that type. Dude, if you're talking about stuff revealed in SBS and Vivre cards, I don't be knowing half this stuff. I don't be knowing half of this stuff. Ah, here it is. IGN China, Black Myth Wukong Secret Boss, Red Long preview. That's the video. This will be completely in
真话悟空的闭门
Chinese.
测试中，还有一个主线流程以外的隐藏 BOSS 赤然龙，它隐藏在瀑布区域，走到附近时还能听到一段话外音。
No English translation, but gameplay will tell me all I need to know.
BOSS 房。
Huh? You just... Hold up. Excuse me? You just get rid of the entire waterfall? Hold on, let me do this. Let me save this. Because just in case I get anyone from Bilibili, I want to say hi to them as well. If I got anyone from Bilibili watching me react to some more Black Myth Wukong stuff, hi! Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Because I got so much more stuff to show you. But let's get back to it. But you just got rid of the whole waterfall.
在这里与场景进行交互，即可进入 BOSS 房。 它的难度很大，玩家很难在初见中就能顺利击败。但是好在 BOSS 房门口设置了一个传送点，玩家可以在后期对角色进行升级或者获得相应法术和技能的情况下再回来挑战。
Multiple
它的战斗
dragons?
主要分为2个阶段。当赤然龙在站立阶段时，打到它身上的攻击并不能对其有实质性的伤害，只有当伤害累积到一定程度后，才会令其倒地。
I bet you
进入
this
第二
fight
阶段
isn't going to be as
第二
hard
阶
as
段
the
需要
Radon
使各式
fight.
训练
Speaking of Radon, I thought the stream broke for a second. You were so still. Yeah, when I'm watching stuff, I don't be moving too much. I just be analyzing. I don't be moving too much so I can focus on the video. I don't move. I just focus. I just be looking. This is my usual pose when I'm watching videos. I literally do this so much during live streams. But I'll just be sitting still, just watching. And then I don't move until I want to really say something. In this game, you have to fight Buddha just like in the books. We ain't beating him, though.
对其背上的香炉进行攻击，打破香炉才能让。
All right, I forgot to say, man, how much easier would it have been had I started the fight with the fingerprint shield and the ant spur rapier for my character? How much easier would it have been if I just went into the fight with that? I would have ended Shadow of the Erdtree so much sooner had I known about that. I'm just thinking to myself, wow, my entire perspective of this fight for Radahn just changed, knowing that all I had to do was just use the shield. So Kono, going into that fight with Radahn at the end of Shadow of the Erdtree was eye-opening. Because now I see the splendor of shields. That was literally the first time on any stream that I ever used a shield of any kind. Let alone on any character of any kind. During the entirety of me ever playing Elden Ring. I've seen shields, I had them in my inventory, but I never actually went into a fight with one, like using one to fight with. So that was new to me, and now it's just opened up my whole eyes of like, okay, now I know what I'm going to be taking with me when I go to New Game Plus. So I can just take that shield with me, and that ought to help me out. I'm pretty sure that Radahn fight took Charlie, Moist Critical. I know Charlie. 3 hours to beat. You would have probably had the fight in your first 3 or so fights. It's still not easy to win, but your odds are way higher. See, the thing is, what allowed me to get through that fight quickly was seeing that Radahn's regular attacks never went through the shield, and it just chipped away at my stamina bar. It was only when we went into the second phase, when he was using more light attacks and magic attacks, that it actually started to do some damage to my health. And the only time I took some major damage was when I tried to attack him, and I was still attacking when he hit me, and then I tried to put my shield up. But other than all of that, I was able to tank everything. Sure, it pushed me to the side, but I still had my guard up. So it was like, okay, you're hitting my guard, but you're not really doing too much to my stamina to the point where I need to worry about you breaking through it each time. Mind you, I'm so used to trying to use guard that enemies would just break through it completely, and then I would throw me to the side. But the fingerprint shield, even though its shield boost doesn't go all the way to like 100, it's still hefty enough where I could basically tank through the entire first phase of Radahn, and then pretty much survive the rest of the second phase, and just slowly poison him to death. It works! It works! Guarding is so much fun! I never knew. This is what y'all do with shields? This is what y'all do with great shields and stuff? I never knew how much fun it was to just guard stuff. Ha! Your attack does nothing. Stab and poison. I didn't know! I had no idea! So now I gotta go through and just play through the game with like a big old shield and just tank everything. Plus being able to wear like full-on heavy armor and be able to not fat roll, use a giant stone shield and just poke people to death, and I walk away from that surviving every single time? Never in all my years of playing Elden Ring, which is only 2 of them, in all my years of playing Elden Ring did I think that great shields could be this fun. I didn't know. I didn't know at all. You've opened my eyes. You've opened my eyes. You opened my eyes to the splendor of shields, and I thank you for that. Back to this fight, though. I know for a fact that this type of fight is not going to be as hard as it was for Radon, because there's always a way. Yeah, my character is a regen tank, so I can face tank. I take the Shabriri Chalisman to take more aggro. Wasn't there a thing with someone beating Radon with just a shield or something? Yeah, I wonder. That might be, we gotta look that up. Hold on. Elden Ring Radon cheese. Consort Radon made easy, 3-minute kill, level 125. Mind you, my character was like in the 250s. So this person is using a Naginata, and they're using the fingerprint shield, and they are using. Hold on, how long is this? This is 10 minutes. Cheese and boss, super easy, level 180. People are going in with shields. People are just constantly going in with shields. A perfume bottle weapon is bugged, so people be using that to kill him stupid fast. Really? Okay, hold on. So let's see which one has the biggest amount of use to it. Level 180. What is this person using? They're just going in with like a regular impenetrable thorns is OP. The general strategy is to put on heaviest armor you can, summon mimic, and let them hold aggro. See this whole phase here? Just hold up the shield and you're good. The only thing that'll just chew through your shields is magic attacks, but that's it. It's not too bad. And you see, he tried jumping over it and he still got hit. That's what happened to me. That's what I was testing. Let me see. Instant kill, OP build, kill in 1 minute. 1 minute? In 1 minute. Also, can we talk about the armor for Radon? Radon's armor is very, very nice. Let me see. Elden Ring, Shadow of the Earth Tree, Final Boss Cheese. Yeah. Yeah, they're using that Blood Antspur Rapier. So would it have been better for me to put Blood Loss on top of it so that I can do Blood Loss and Scarlet Rot at the same time? Because the poison would proc, but it would also get overridden when Scarlet Rot would proc on him as well. So, I might need to rethink the Antspur if that's the case. Oh yeah, that too. There's a Thorn spell that does massive bleed damage. His armor is beautiful. I love it. So do I. I love it too. I got it on my character. Right now, and I'm using Radon's swords, the light versions, where I can just dash into people. So it's nice. It's nice. Let me see. Yeah, people have just basically been essentially beating Radon with the fingerprint shield and the Antspur. Also avoiding that one. It would have been a faster kill, and rot can stack but bleed is way more damage. Poison and rot can stack but bleed is way more damage. Okay, so when I get the chance, I'll switch over the Antspur from a poison Antspur to a bleed one, because I feel like that's actually going to help me with a lot of fights when I go into New Game Plus and I go up against all these bosses. Just basically brace up and shield against all of them and then just poke them to death and just watch them die. So that'll probably be the strategy I run with my main character going forward when I go to New Game Plus. So I'll definitely keep that in mind. But let's go back to the Wukong. Let's go back to the Wukong one. So I wonder, can those can those things be completely broken on its back? Because I see a lot of them here. Can they be broken over time so he doesn't have that, so the dragon doesn't have that advantage? Because part of me thinks that maybe you can break them and make his lightning attacks that much less likely.
除了普通攻击外，它还有很多带雷电属性的伤害。一旦被叠加了雷属性的伤害，再次被击中时，则会让天命人丢失更多的血量。赤燃龙的设计一定程度上体现了游戏科学团队对 BOSS 设计的逻辑和巧思。极具压迫力的体型和招式会让玩家在战斗中感到非常难受。离近了怕挨揍，离远了又打不到，只有充分掌握精确的闪避时机，以及利用 BOSS 攻击间隙的空档进行输出，才能在这场苦战中胜出。
We also got to look up the music for Shadow the Erdtree and all the bosses.
我们在之前的前瞻视频里说过，仅这次的黑风山关卡就有近10场的 BOSS 战了。在下期节目里，我们会结合目前游戏科学放出的物料，和大家一起看看目前在预告里已经出现过的。
I'm sorry.
结合目前游戏科学放出的物料，和大家一起看。
What is this? It's just a room full of lasers. This is supposed to be a boss?
10场的 BOSS 战了，在下期节目里，我们会结合目前游戏科学放出的物料，和大家一起看看目前在预告里已经出现过的30多个 BOSS， 请持续关注爱珍。
Okay, the preview wasn't too long. That's fine. That's fine, but what was that? Mainly use Great Shield because of Monster Hunter. I love using Lance. Oh, that's completely understandable. Lance is fun to use, especially when you have like the perfect guard or you have like that one, what do you call it? That one jewel that makes it so that your guard can handle a whole bunch of damage before it breaks your stamina. I love that. So I got a few Lances on a Monster Hunter world that I've messed with. And I still have Monster Hunter Rise on my Switch that I got for one of my past birthdays that I really haven't played. Can I be honest? I got Monster Hunter Rise during one of my previous birthdays and I played like the intro and I haven't touched it since. So I have no idea where in the world Monster Hunter Rise is at right now in terms of like content and stuff. But let me see here. Elden Ring. Actually, you know what? Elden Ring perfume bottle. See, using the inks, I think it's just called Guard Gem, maybe. I haven't played in months. Neither have I. Mad Perfumer build. Lightning perfume bottle rolling spark. So here's the thing. There was a location in the frozen jail that apparently had the frozen perfume bottle in there that I never went and got. So I got the perfume bottle that can use a frenzy flame. When we went into the Abyssal Woods, we grabbed that perfume bottle and I just got the frenzy flame. I thought that was just it, but no, there are multiples of different status effect perfume bottles that can be used. One for poison, one for chill, one for, I want to say regular flame and then frenzy flame. And then there was another one. Hold on. We'll look this up. Hold on. Perfume bottles. Which means, yeah, and people are saying that the perfume bottles are definitely getting nerfed because you are going to be doing a whole bunch of damage to them. If they don't, then, and they just say like, hey, we're done doing updates for Elden Ring after Shadow of the Erdtree, so we're not going to mess with anything anymore, then these are probably going to be some of the most OP things on the list. So right now we have, I said poison. I'm pretty sure I said poison. So we got a fire perfume bottle. We got a cold perfume bottle. We got a frenzy flame. We got a lightning, and we got a deadly poison perfume bottle. The only one that has like a different type of Ash of War on it is the deadly poison bottle with the deadly poison spray. Now, I already got the Frenzy Flame. And Frenzy Flame doesn't do much to enemies in terms of damage. Like, it doesn't cause them to just take massive damage from madness because that only really tends to affect PvP and, you know, invaders and such, because madness really doesn't affect other characters to the degree that it affects us. But chilling and lightning and poison. If anything, chilling is probably going to be some of the more powerful ones. So I got to find that. I got to go back to the jail and just get the perfume bottle. Literally can make a character that's just like, fragrance, and just kill everyone with frozen perfume. Smell my fragrance. And you can just, I'm getting silly now. Now I can make a character that just uses perfume bottles all the time. And it only requires, I found Frenzy, Fire, and Poison bottle, never found the others. The chilling, so, you know when I went to the, the Frozen or Begotten Ever Jail, or Lamenter's Jail, it's in there. There's this one room where one of those meat mounds chases after you from the right side. I think I killed one of them, but I never went into the room it came out of, because apparently in that room where it tried to rush me from, I don't know exactly where. I'm just gonna have to go back to the Lamenter's Jail and just find it. But apparently in that room is the chilling perfume bottle inside the Lamenter's Jail, and I believe it's in the upper level of the Lamenter's Jail as well. Matter of fact, we can just go to this page. Yeah, Lamenter's Jail, after using the upper jail key on the door, descending the ladder, and walking into the room with the frozen floor, some jar innards will come out of a door to your right. The chilling perfume bottle is in that room. That's where this is at. And it only requires 3 strength, 13 dexterity, and 13 intelligence. And it can be increased with regular smithing stones. Despite the dex and int scaling sharing the same value at several upgrade stages, the intelligence scaling is consistently higher. So yeah, that's where this is at. Interesting. So many interesting weapons. Lightning. You say you found Frenzy, Fire, and Poison, so you are missing Lightning and probably gets a high C scaling. Hold on, let me go up to it and let me see the upgrade listing for it. See if it scales up. Oh, no, you don't. Load the page. Load the page. Our network has never been this slow. I really got to double check and see how many items are connecting to the network itself. My apologies, everybody. There we go. All right, let's see. Yeah. Yeah, it pretty much has a C scaling. It has C scaling. And magic goes all the way up to 257. Yeah, the attack power goes up to 257. All the scaling is C for both dex and intelligence. And that's putting it all the way up to standard plus 25. Actually, let me hop on Elden Ring, but I gotta refresh my save because I didn't want to kill Bale yesterday, to be honest. Yeah, he was a test. That's why you gotta use that fully upgraded Dragon Hunter sword to murder him with, and have a clone that can, you know, draw aggro, and that makes the fight a whole lot easier. But that's just how I took him down. May not happen the same for everybody else. Lightning perfume bottle, Frenzy, Fire, and Poison. So you're just missing the chilling and the lightning. Found on a corpse a ways northeast of the Cerulean coast site of Grace, laying in a pool of water guarded by a lightning ram. Yeah, it looks like they all get C scaling when they're maxed out. They all get C scaling. Let me check. Deadly Perfume, Frenzy Flame, and Fire Spark. Use Spiral Shards. Oh, okay. You use Spiral Shards against Bale. I thought you were going to play First Ascendant. Godjiel, it said it's in maintenance, man. When I started my stream at like 12:40 something because I was busy cleaning the garage. I tried starting it, and I couldn't connect because it said it was doing maintenance at the time I scheduled my stream. So we changed it from playing First Descendant to just reacting and talking about different things. So that's what happened. I don't know if it's out of maintenance right now. If it is, then I'll just make another, I'll do another session separately to playing First Descendant. Because if you're able to get in right now, then I'll just schedule it later so I can still continue my first impressions. But it wouldn't let me start it like over an hour ago. It wouldn't let me do that. Matter of fact, it's 3 right now. It's already 3. How long have I been doing this? I've been live for almost 3 hours? Impossible. That much time has slipped away from me. Wow. Okay. Yeah, all of these perfume bottles have C scaling. No, actually, the Frenzy is the one that has D scaling across the board, except for dexterity. So, out of all of them, the Frenzy bottle may have the worst scaling out of all of them. Ooh, the Fire Spark has B scaling, though. The Fire Spark perfume bottle has B scaling. I saw 3 and I said 3 scaling. But yeah, the Fire Spark perfume bottle has the best scaling out of all of them. And this one specifically scales with dexterity. Interesting. Interesting. I'm gonna have to find the Fire Spark one. Where is this at? Found in a chest guarded by both perfumers and mesmer soldiers. Yeah, I'm gonna have to find these perfume bottles. I'm gonna have to find them. Interesting. But yeah, Gajil, as soon as I see that I'm able to get on and play the First Descendant, I will set up another session for it. If it's out of... Matter of fact, let me see. Let me go ahead and turn my system on. Check for myself. But let's check out, let me see here. Defeat Consort Radon in less than 30 seconds. Lightning Perfume build. Less than 30 seconds for Radon? Still can't believe they nerf Radon in base game, making him super easy. Then they bring him back to be the most powerful boss in all. Ain't it funny? Ain't it funny? See, most of us, a lot of us who played this game at launch before they started nerfing people know just how difficult some of these bosses are. Some of these bosses weren't too difficult for me personally because I kept spamming Comet Azure all the time. That's how I beat Radon the first time. I just drank the flask of Wondrous Physic, gave myself infinite magic for 15 seconds, and just spammed Comet Azure in his direction until he died. That's how I beat Radon the first time. But the patches afterwards, it seems like they made it a tad bit easier, and what made it actually easier for me was the fact that I didn't realize until after my first playthrough that you could summon in the rest of the people who were taking part of the Radon Festival to fight with you. I was fighting Radon by myself with my Mimic. And at the time, I had no idea you could summon in all the other participants of the festival with you. At the time, I had no idea that that was even a thing. I just went in by myself and my Mimic, and we just both killed him. But that Radon, compared to this Radon, it's like, oh, y'all thought we made him easy. Y'all thought he's going to behave the same way. No, not only is this going to be the strongest form of Radon, but this is also going to be the hardest boss we have ever created for any of our From Software games. Orphan of Kos from Old Hunters? Get out of here. You were tough, but it didn't take me as long to beat him as it did with Radon. Melania, when I had no rune arcs left and she burned through 41 of them, I remember the exact number. I had 41 rune arcs and she burned through all of them. Spammed her with blood flies before they nerfed that. Forget that. Radon in his prime, who is also able to use Moog stuff because they resurrected him with Moog's body? No, that dude was all like, you thought my crazed self was an issue? Nah, child's play. I am the hardest boss in From Software history, and you will remember me either in passing or through negative reviews. Servers are up. They're up. Hold on, let me log in. Let me see. Let me see. I'm booting up the game now. I'm gonna see. I'm not gonna do First Descendant on this stream as well. It's gonna be separate. 30 Nexon games. It's just basically water and ice at this point. But water is good for you. On the First Descendant, just on it not too long ago, I couldn't get in. I'm about to see. I'm trying to boot it up myself. Or at least get the option to say press start. Because if maintenance is still going, because it didn't give me an end time of when maintenance was going to be over for the First Descendant when I first booted it up. Imagine it goes back into maintenance for the next time you schedule. Don't do that. Don't do that to me, Halster, please. Please. I'm having such a fun time. Nah, I'm still getting that connecting. Oh well. Yeah, I have Fire Spark, Frenzy, and Deadly Poison bottles. Okay, so you just need the location. So you need Lightning and Frost. Yeah, so Lightning is going to be on a corpse west of the Cerulean coast, Cerulean west side of Grace, guarded by a giant lightning ram. And the Chilling perfume bottle is going to be inside of the upper jail in the Lamenter's jail. Is going to be in the upper level of the Lamenter's jail, where a giant meat sack thing will chase after you in a room with a frozen floor, and is going to come at you from the right. In that room is where the Chilling perfume bottle is going to be. I got terms of service that I need to agree to. Okay, it's running. It's running. Yeah, it's running. I can hit start, but I don't want you guys to miss out on any starting cutscenes that I see. So, it's running now. I didn't get the terms of service screen. So, what we're going to do is we're going to react to this, someone beating Rodon with, like, lightning perfume. And then I'll schedule my next session, my first impressions of the First Descendant. I'll do it again. I'll schedule it so that way we can mess with it at 4. So let's react real quick to this and see just how quickly people are beating Radon with perfume. Also, Kono, if you're part of the Discord, then I'll be happy to link where the locations are for the Chilling perfume bottles, just so you can reference it. Huh? No, let's count. 1. No, you know what? We're gonna count. We're gonna count as soon as he steps through and we see the health bar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 seconds! Already the second phase!
Excuse me!
Really? Really? Perfume! Perfume killed a god. A resurrected demigod. Just killed by perfume. Man ran through the perfume section in SpongeBob and did not last. The fact that this man got staggered. He got staggered, and that allowed him to just basically kill him. I had a feeling it was gonna be busted, but I didn't think it was gonna be that busted. That's crazy. So, wow. Yeah, that's probably going to be patched very soon. FromSoft is always looking for people who are beating bosses very quickly and looking for ways to nerf it so people aren't killing them as quickly. 8 seconds? 8 seconds, really? 8 seconds? Hold on, who are you? Who are you, video game butter? Who are you? 8 seconds? This one was 30. What you mean 8? So people are willingly letting themselves get affected by madness. Blood loss? What are all of these buffs? Huh? What? Hypermod I don't think this is a mod. They just... That's crazy. How many hours did it take me to beat Radon? It didn't take me 3 hours like it took everybody else. I think it took me a shorter amount of time. Maybe 2.5 hours? Maybe 2.5 hours. You know what? Actually, hold on. Let's pull up my stream. Let's pull up my stream. I'm gonna react to myself. Let's pull up my stream. 7 hours it lasted. Let's see how long it took me to take down Radon. Yeah, it took me 3 hours. It took me 3 hours. It took me 3 hours. Yeah, because I started at hour 3 and 12 minutes. I started at hour 3 and 12 minutes. So if it goes all the way to 7 hours and 12 minutes. Actually, you know what? No. No. It didn't take me... wait a minute. No. Yeah, it took me 3 hours. It took me 3 hours. Yep, it took me 3 hours. It took me 3 hours. Hyper mode. Basically the ultimate glass cannon meant mode. Sorry, it's all good, Kono. Yeah, it took me 3 hours. It took me a little over 3 hours to beat Radon. Here I was thinking that I was able to get him taken out faster than everyone else, from Let Me Soloer to Kai and Moist Critical, and it took me just about as long as them. I just want to see my final fight against him when I was just using the Great Shield. See, even with the fingerprint shield, the only amount of stamina I was losing during this fight was just only when he was hitting me with those big attacks that also had the magic damage. But and then I used the flask for increased consecutive damage. I took some damage there. Still alive. Take opportunity to heal. Dodge out of the way. Guard up. Still very much alive. Guard up the entire time. It is crazy how good this shield is. Dodging because I do not want to get a hug from him. Wait, and I'm thinking, can I tank this? Thankfully, that armor really helped out mitigate a lot of damage. And that poison proc is doing a lot of damage as well. But I gotta switch over that rapier to full-on poison. You can block the AoE. I had a feeling I could, but I didn't want to risk it. I was too scared and too concerned. So not only did they give him his famous meteor attack, but they also added an AoE explosion to it as well. So even if you survive it, if your health is low after that initial landfall, you are probably gonna die if that explosion hits you. You can block his dive bomb. See, I didn't think of that at the time. I was just really focused on dodging because I didn't have any heals and I didn't want to risk it too much. And then I get him.
Radon consort of Mikola!
Remembrance of a god and a lord. Kneel before me! Well, this person sounds so happy that he finally beat a boss. But yeah, just in general, the different ways that people are capable of taking down bosses and whatnot has always been amazing. But I think this is a good place to call it, so that way I can go and prepare for the first Descendant impressions that I can now do because the game is loaded up for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and prepare for that. This was a nice reaction stream, reacting to CJ Dachamp and looking at all these different ways people have beaten the final boss of Shadow of the Erdtree so easily, whereas people like me and Critical and all these other people are just taking forever, like 3 hours to beat him, and now people are just straight up beating him just like it's nothing at all. Yeah, it's crazy what builds people come up with. I don't know. I couldn't possibly do those builds that people are doing simply because it is so risky. And I know me, I tend to get hit a lot. So I'll probably just rely on the fingerprint shield just to tank all of the damage that I need. But ladies and gentlemen, you've been a wonderful audience for right now. I'm going to go ahead and prepare for the session of the first Descendant, so that way we can mess around with that for a little while, so I can finally get my first impressions out before the 4th of July tomorrow. But I'm done for right now for this type of stream. With that being said, hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all, which is going to be soon. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. Rellana, to me, took me the longest to kill, longer than Radon. Rellana, she did take a while. She did take a while, which makes me wonder how much more would have I survived if I used the fingerprint shield during that fight. That just makes me wonder about it. But yes, I'm done. Hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video or stream, which should be in the next roughly 15 minutes or so. Because like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day. And once again, as always, later, peoples. See y'all in 15 minutes.